Hello everyone, this is Shorono, and we are going live with the GamerGaters community stream where we bring on people from the GamerGate Team group to talk about GG and GG related topics. With us today we have Shmun, and we should have my Fisto as well, but he just went for a coffee, I think. If anyone else wants to join the stream, you could, I guess, either ask in the chat on YouTube or in the GG Steam group chat. The current topic, well, what I wanted to address in the stream is that I feel like there is a lot of problems with the way some people, like well-known people on the GamerGate side, acts. Basically, there seem like people generally want, well, not generalizing, but there are a lot of people that openly feel like attacking non-GamerGaters, like specific attacks. I saw this in the stream only yesterday, where people were using screenshots that they couldn't prove were real screenshots, which was with the it was the Anita Sarkeesian Twitter post, which stated that she what was it, something about Japanese culture not having developed as much as Western culture when it came to portrayal of women in video games. Basically, she was talking shit about the Japanese, and they couldn't prove that it was actually a screenshot of a post made by her and not photoshopped, but they still went on to retweet the picture to basically smear Anita Sarkeesian without the proper evidence, and stuff like that is what makes us look just as bad as the opposing part, and I suggest that it should be called out whenever it's seen. Have anyone had any similar experiences that people on the GG side tend to almost be as bad as the opposition in some points?
Not a whole lot from what I've seen, but my sort of consumption on the subject is relatively limited. I tend to stay off Twitter just because there's a lot and it tends to be kind of insane.
Yeah, there is a lot of things happening on Twitter, but the problem is that's where both sides get a lot of their sources from. So I think it's nice to at least have some kind of idea about what's happening there.
Granted, yeah. My disadvantage in that regard is that I tend to get a lot of it kind of secondhand, which lead to things like if I had seen the Photoshop of the Sarkeesian tweets, due to the nature of my consumption of it, I might have, for example, fallen victim and assumed that she had actually made that argument. Which is
Yeah.
it taints the well.
Yeah, because what I see or what I saw on that photo is they weren't sure if it was a Photoshop. For all I know, she might have said it, but the problem was they were unsure, and yet they wanted to spread it, even though they thought it might be false. Yet they wanted to use it just to smear her reputation and maybe get some like Japanese game developers on the GG side, and using false information to get our point across is pretty much what we're fighting against in the industry. And
right, exactly.
And getting corruption from the GG side wouldn't be like, we would just trade their corruption for our corruption, and I think that ruins the whole point. Also, it paints the movement pretty badly for anyone who like it just gives them ammunition to fire at us.
Right. It sort of allows them to paint our side as unwilling to address their arguments on their own merits, that we have to build up this straw man and attack it instead of what they're actually putting forward.
Yes, and that's also much of what we have accused them of doing. So it will make us seem like huge hypocrites.
Yeah.
Um, also another thing I think is that both sides are very bad at starting like I don't even know how I should word this, but basically have an argument where each side sees the other side as just another person and not pro and anti Gamergate. I would love to have a stream where the people didn't know each other and which was filled with both pro and anti Gamergate to discuss issues in the industry without addressing whether or not you are pro or anti Gamergate. Because I think that a lot of the people that are anti Gamergate um, legitimately think that Gamergate is a hate movement, and they think that if you are in Gamergate, you're either if you pretend that you are fighting for change in the industry, you're just using that as a shield to keep on your hate, basically. It's not
Yeah.
that they don't um, they don't think we want change in the industry at all. They think we're actually just sock puppets, I guess. So what I've gotten the impression of from the people that I haven't had much conversation with the anti-Gamergates. I have just had some Twitter mentions back and forth, and from what I see, they seem that the general opinion is that if we actually wanted change in the industry, we should just discard the Gamergate hashtag and just bring up something new. And I have tried to explain that that isn't necessarily an option because we don't have a platform to speak on. The Gamergate tag was the platform that we had. It has given basically everyone there is given a voice because it made a community that listens to each other and promotes each other's opinions to a point where it actually matters in in the scale of the industry. Because like I am just a regular Norwegian dude with like 100 Twitter followers, if that. Like I can post something on Twitter, but it's not going to change anything. No one is going to read it. And if we discard the Gamergate hashtag, basically our opinions will not be heard. So that's like the issue I think we're facing is that on one side of the we have the tag which have been pretty much solid by trolls and people who are just maybe they are literally insane. Like if you look at some of those tweets that the anti-Gamergates people have gotten, a lot of it is actually really bad. And if they think that the rest of Gamergate actually supports that behavior, it's well, it makes everyone look bad.
Right.
Hold on, someone is messaging me here.
What sort of frustrates me about the suggestions that are made that we, for example, abandon various hashtags, Gamergate or Not Your Shield, which has been kind of shit on from the start, or that we, the idea that was thrown out to form a sort of Gamergate council, is that not only does it undermine our ability to actually contribute in a more democratic manner to the discussion, but it allows them to gain a greater control over the narrative and make sure that they have essentially an institution that they can shut down.
Well, basically, if you make a group of, well, basically, it seems like they want to make kind of another group that they can control, sort of. You see, the problem here is that people are ganging up, and when you look at that's most of the corruption is probably people ganging up. I don't think the people necessarily like came into the gaming industry like trying to create some sort of mob that runs everything. I think you start in and you get friends and you get to know your friends' friends, and well, you don't want to shit on your friends basically, and it's so for the so people. Well, it's just a small industry, so people knows people in the industry, and you can. It's like how the industry is now. That's just how it works. But the point is, they're not taking any criticism to how they run things at the moment.
Right, because a lot of them are very comfortable in their position, and if they're able to shut down any attempt at legitimate discussion of problems with the industry and their methods, then they don't have to change that. They can remain in their comfortable position, get swag, do favors for their friends.
Yes, it's sort of like it's kind of like I'm not sure how to I don't what's the word I'm looking for here they are ganging together, but hold on God damn it, I hate when I have the word in my head in Norwegian, but I can't remember what the English word for it is. They are creating basically a group that joins. They join forces to support all their friends. And
Echo chamber.
huh?
Echo chamber. Insular group.
Yeah, basically they're making like their own, I guess, hug box where
Hug
everyone.
box, yeah, that's a good one.
Everyone supports everyone's opinion, and since everyone there has. It's basically a box where everyone shares the same opinion, and every time like someone talks to someone else about that opinion, they all get like supportive feedback because they're all in like the same ideology
And
group.
If you don't support it, you're shunned.
Yeah,
You're
basically.
not in the group no more.
And the thing is, I feel like we almost have the same problem here in like the pro gamer git, that we sometimes like everyone wants like better integrity by games journalists, but I think a lot of people who are anti-Gamergate also wants better journalistic integrity in the press, but they literally think that Gamergate is a hate movement, and they are convinced that Gamergate is a hate movement. And I think we need to have an open discussion involving both parts to convince them that this is in fact not a hate movement. I'm not sure how we would do that. Also, I'm seeing in the chat that there are people asking if this is open house. It is, sorta. If you want in, just send a message and we could probably arrange something. The whole point of this community stream is that we let people from the GG community talk instead of like just having the same like 4 people on the streams like every day, like IA and like King of Paul and stuff. Not that I
we
have
want
anything.
everybody to get a chance to speak.
It's not that I have anything against them. It's just it gets all to just hear the same people over again and over again. We are basically so yes, exactly. It's the same thing. I feel like they are starting to get the same problem that I feel like our opposition has, as they are sort of making like a hug box with them and all their friends, and you tend to ignore any opinion that comes from outside your hug box.
Yeah, like I appreciate what Sargon did on one of his streams a little while back, where he allowed someone from the other side on to talk. I thought it didn't go super well for him because he kind of let himself get derailed and wouldn't stay on topic. But I appreciated the effort he put into actually trying to bridge that gap. Milo tried to do it recently, and look how it worked for him.
Yeah, that was really horrible.
Well, yeah, I would love to have all voices in here and have a civilized discussion. No, not 20 voices all jumping in when somebody from the opposition side tries to make a point.
Yeah, I think from the discussion I've seen, which involves both sides, I think neither side want to understand the point of view of the opposition. They, it seems like they are listening to what the other person are saying just to answer. They don't listen to understand. I think when you speak with the opposition, I think you would want to try to understand their point of view instead of listening to what they say, and instead of spending your energy trying to understand what they're saying, you're spending your energy trying to find a suitable response to like make their statement backfire.
Right, and
Yeah.
there's a tendency to rely on a series of assumptions about the people that we're arguing against, and it's very easy to fall back on those and wind up saying that, well, you've made this argument, but I know what school of thought you come from, and therefore I can assume that you are incorrect and that your argument has no substance, and I don't have to actually address it.
Yes, it's when people from the GamerGate side come with the let's see, when they come with like arguments that are, well, where they actually have a point, the opposition tends to like discard it as they are only pretending to have a civilized argument so they can ignore all the harassing they're doing.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. That we do have to listen and sort of address their points, not just shoot them down.
People who wants to join in on the conversation should hop on the GamerGate Steam group and hop on the chat there.
Yeah, you don't have to join. You can come in, join the group chat as a guest if you don't want to actually join the group. And just say, let me in, and I'll send you a link.
Yeah, I agree with what Aaron is saying here. Another issue here is that the entire movement has been labeled badly by basically every place where people go on the internet to get information about this kind of stuff. Even Wikipedia has had some unfortunate articles about Gamergate, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, well, Wikipedia, it's endemic of a bit of a larger problem in that Wikipedia historically has had some trouble with rigor, but it's much worse lately, and there are groups actively lobbying for even less, and essentially no real standards beyond what essentially academic feminism deems to be appropriate for articles. So there's quite a lot of that to deal with.
Are we inviting somebody there?
Oh, sorry, my keyboard is loud, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see, I sort of lost our train of thought. What were you talking about again?
He was on to feminism in articles and the points that...
Right. It's from like the perspective of someone who is already part of the conflict. Like everyone in Gamergate, like that's pro Gamergate, have read. Like if you actually like go down the rabbit hole and look into Gamergate and like follow the hashtag on Twitter for like a couple days, you will realize that the people there aren't so bad. They aren't misogynists. They don't want people raped. They aren't rape apologists. But the problem is when people want to like latest news something, they go to like technology news sites like Ars Technica, which basically paints the entire movement as misogynistic, and that's like what your average person will find when he looks up Gamergate, and that like takes away any like people don't want to be associated with the movement after reading stuff like that.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's such a small portion of our community. I'm adding a link to our description, to our group.
Huh?
It should, hang on, it's saving now. I'm just, like, apparently we can edit this as we go. So I can put people's Twitter accounts in and stuff. Let me try and refresh the page here. Yeah, okay. Anybody in our watching? There's now in the description of the video, there's a link to our group, and you can come in as a guest and just join the chat.
Hold on, I'm trying to add some people here. Go.
So I was away making a sandwich there. Did you guys discuss the Steam group at all, or like where we're from, what we're doing?
Oh, right. We are basically from the GamerGate Steam group, or GamerGaters, and
Yeah, I'll take this over. I started the group not long after all them articles came out that gamers are dead. You know, like, I'm not really a social butterfly. I've never been on Twitter. I've never used Google Plus or Facebook or none of that. But that was my last straw, and I figured I seen there was one GatorGate group, but they weren't posting announcements or events or anything like that, and I knew I could do better, so I started the GamerGaters Steam group and started posting announcements, started posting on every video that was pro GamerGate, our address to come and join it. I seen a lot of people were joining, then I made the Google Plus account page. I can post that in the description too in a few minutes. It's basically like everything good I see on Twitter, I kind of post it on there, so if anybody needs a quick day or two catch up, you know, rather than going through 20,000 tweets, you can just go there and kind of see what's been going on. And our group posts announcements regularly, new articles when they come out. You'll see little pop-ups coming of all the good stuff, what's been happening. And we also do the odd event, like Hot Wheels event. At 1:30 today, people will get a pop-up saying to go to HuffPo Live and listen to Hot Wheels get interviewed by a bunch of leftist commies. And that's about it. Like, I'd like to see this group join, and I'll add managers so more people can stream or upload videos under the GamerGaters group. So we don't have 500 different channels with 10 subscribers. Eventually, this group can grow to be a big subscriber list, and we can all upload under that channel, and you can plug your own channel then from there if you want to. But we could be a hell of a group here if we really put our minds to it.
Yeah, I think it's nice to have like a group where everyone's voice is heard, because I feel like on Twitter there is basically a couple of people that are have collected like massive followers who basically speak louder than everyone else in the Gamergate movement, as opposed to, for example, the chat on Steam here, where you can basically speak to everyone and hear everyone's opinions except the people screaming loudest on Twitter.
Yeah, well, the people on Twitter, they're getting followers for like Sox is doing great videos. I don't think she even had any subscribers or anything, or her very few Twitter followers, and now she's in the thousands, but she deserves it. Internet aristocrat. He did a lot of work on this, and he deserves it.
Yeah, I'm not saying they don't deserve it. I just think we needed a place where everyone is heard, not just the people.
Yeah, like, trying to get a tweet through to AI, to Internet Aristocrat, is, you know, throwing a drop into the ocean sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like they're ending up at. They are so popular that they can't hear the individuals anymore.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to do with this channel, is give everybody a chance to pop in here and say who you are, say why you came on to Gamergate, what your opinions are, and they're your opinions, not the group's opinions. That's what we want to keep it as. And we'll grow it from here and see where it goes. Yeah, I like Sargon too, Aaron. Sargon's awesome. I've been following him long before Gamergate. That's just from the comments or in the chat. It's one thing that's hard, trying to keep up with the Steam comments, the YouTube comments, and the Twitter feed.
Yeah, I'm trying to pay attention to everyone that wants in right now, and there are some on Twitter and some on the Steam chat, and I'm trying to send. I just hope I sent the right link. I tried to send a link to Darkstar and also to Stork on Steam. I'm not sure if any one of them have managed to get in.
I can send a link to Stork. I got him in the Skype.
Oh, another one.
Send me the link on Skype again, will you? Or also, I got it. I got it. I know where it is.
I found the link. I think I sent tweets. I sent direct messages to people on Twitter. Also, if you want to get in by Twitter, subscribe to @Shorono. I put it in the chat a bit earlier.
Or @GamerGaters.
Yeah, either way, you need to add one of us so we can send you direct messages. Basically, you can't send direct.
I don't want to. We don't want to put the join link in right into Twitter.
Yeah, if we post
that will just be a mess.
If we just tweet the join link, we will. Everything will just flow over. Oh, also, the thing about the Euro stream, it's basically just about the time when we are streaming, as most of the streamers are American and tend to do streams that are in the day on America, and basically we are trying to do a stream that that's at the day.
Well, that's when you're going to be hosting.
Oh yeah, right.
Me and Into the Bleak are probably going to do some in the evening as well.
Yeah, of course. Also,
But that's why I wanted different managers. Basically, I wanted so a couple different time zones can stream whenever they wanted.
Right. I am not really. I haven't streamed much before, and you can probably notice that.
Well, I haven't either, but we'll get used to it. You know.
Yeah, probably.
Nobody's going to be perfect right off the bat.
Let's see.
And it's going to be better if we get more people in too. Then you got sort of a conversation going, and you're just not trying to fill dead space, right?
Yeah, I have never been really good at small talk. Okay, I have sent out quite a few Hangout links now, and still no one has joined.
You're just a bit shy.
Probably.
You sure you're sending out the right link, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Well, if try send. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm sending out the right link. Yes, it's the right link. It's definitely the right link.
Let them join if they want or when they want.
Okay, yeah, here we got one. Adam Best joined the video call.
Welcome. Say hi, can you hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
Hey, Adam.
Fantastic. Hi. Hi,
So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what got you into Gamergate?
Hi, I'm Adam. I run a YouTube channel called Technical Cake Mix. As far as Gamergate, for me, so the main kind of games I play are fighting games, and for me, this has been going on a hell of a lot longer than I guess a lot of people listen to. For me, this kind of started in 2012 when Kotaku started attacking against my community after an incident with a show called Cross Assault. Which effectively what happened there was some sexist comments made by a Tekken player as part of the promotion for a game, and he was called out on it fairly rightly, but of course Kotaku being Kotaku kind of kept going at it, and instead of reaching out to the people involved, instead of reaching out to the woman at the center of this, effectively decided to keep attacking. And in the end, ultimately in the end, they did lose that battle. But I must admit, as soon as I heard about Gamergate, I thought the parallels were incredibly striking. That they were very much called out for not reaching out to people, for not basically doing their homework, but instead just throwing out baseless insults and attacks of misogyny and sexism without, really even thinking or investing in it. and that really struck me immediately.
I just want to introduce Darkstar to the chat as well. Welcome.
How you doing?
Adam, can you, if you use the group chat and put your YouTube channel in there, I'll post it in the video description.
Yeah, sure. Hang on. How do I get to the group chat? So I've never actually used them.
It's the blue button in the bottom bottom left, not top left. Blue button on the top left.
Mouse over to the left side of the screen and you'll see a little pop out.
I see. Okay. Thank you. YouTube.
And the blue one is the chat.
There we go. I must admit, I haven't put a Gamergate video on there, frankly, just because I'm absolutely terrified. I run it with a few other people, and we had a very long conversation about, just basically weighing up the positives and the negatives. And we really at one point were like, yeah, we're going to do this, and it came to two things kind of stopping us. One was just the way the information and the speed of how the information is absolutely coming out. It's like every single day there's a blow-up of some kind. And then on top of that is just the absolute backlash people have gotten for speaking out on this is absolutely insane. I mean, we've got just under 50 subscribers, and we average about 1,500 views a month. And the last thing I need is a couple of thousand angry people who haven't done their research or refuse to, coming at us and basically destroying something I've spent, the best part of 18 months trying to build up.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I can totally understand that.
That's fully understandable, and there are a lot of people who stay out of it basically because they are afraid of like the anti-Gamergate or like the social justice community coming after them on a witch hunt.
I mean, as far as my Twitter goes, that's free game because obviously I speak for myself on there, and that's just me. But obviously that's a group effort, and it's terrifying just to think what could happen. I mean, obviously I'm not gonna like try and inflate my ego and say I'm as big as someone like Boogie or JonTron, but just seeing how they've been doxxed and completely almost harassed off the internet for a bit just really, really struck a chord.
Yeah, and one thing that scares me is the anti-Gamergate movement seem to be attacking not the most pro-Gamergate people. They are attacking the neutral side. They want to bully the neutral side.
They want to make sure they don't have the other side, yeah. But they are attacking the pro-GGers too. Like the really top ones, if they can.
Yeah. They are knocking them, but they don't really care though, because they have power and they have their supporters.
See, the part of me thinks. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you go first. Sorry.
No, just.
A part of me thinks that the reason they're going after the neutral side is that, to quote someone I was reading on Twitter about this, a lot of the guys at the top, particularly people like Internet Aristocrat, are absolutely, completely untouchable. The only dirt they really had on him is he's made a couple of off-color comments about autism. And as someone with an autistic sibling, they really weren't that bad. He's a bit quick to knee-jerk a few reactions after a few bits of news, but really they've got nothing on him, and that's why I think they're going after the neutral guys more, is because they simply cannot argue. Yeah,
I see some people who have been sort of, like if you take a look at Boogie, for instance, he was, at the start he was very, or at least a bit pro-Gamergate. And he got a lot of shit from the social justice movement for being pro-Gamergate. So he wanted to take a more neutral stance, and then he got like this huge backlash from the Gamergate community who thought he was like pussying out on them and like leaving them behind basically. And even though he wanted to take a more neutral stance, the like social justice movement didn't like it's not enough for them. They want full obedience, or basically, you don't matter. I mean, you have seen them on the news, MSNBC.
Oh god, yeah, I watched that. That
was horrible. And where they basically painted like game review websites as being misogynistic, and those websites were websites that Gamergate had already blacklisted for being too much on the social justice side.
It sounds to me that they were just trying to push them even harder to fight back against Gamergate.
Oh yeah. Don't touch the poop, people. Don't touch the poop.
If I could add a brief note to the sort of fear or concern about being vocal about Gamergate. I'm Facebook friends with Devin Faraci.
Oh God. You poor
So
man.
what's he like in real life? Do you ever like talk to him or?
I've known him for 14 years online, back when he started his first big writing job.
I know like people sometimes get to do different stuff online than they do in more personal circles. Like, is he actually like that in person, or is that just kind of an online persona thing he's got going on there?
I don't know now. It used to just be an online thing, and he used to have a fairly strict separation between his sort of reviewer persona and his forum persona. Because in the forums, he's always been like that. He's been a colossal dick at any opportunity, and anyone who disagrees with him is a piece of trash. But in his personal life, he seemed a lot more easygoing, and in his actual review work, he was strictly professional for a long time. And most of the behavior he's been engaging in lately has come out since he went to work for Badass Digest.
Yeah. Okay, well, we didn't give Dark Star a chance. Why don't you tell us who you are, Dark, and why you got into Gamergate?
Man, I gotta say, I got in from a larger movement, which I'm not gonna say I have abandoned, but I've kind of gotten a little bit more expanded. If you really want to know the truth, I'd been an MRA for a while, but I think that the goals are a little too narrow for me. And when I got into Gamergate, it actually kind of meshed together, and we never actually got into anything like developing or anything like that. But it was something that actually just really moved me, and once I saw what was going on and the scale of it, I couldn't stop myself but getting involved. I've been in games for ever since I was, I don't know, God, 5, and I'm 30 now, so...
Geez, I'm in my 40s, buddy. I started out on table tennis on TV.
Hey, you got me, but hey, we're still older than most people out here.
I'm kind of young now. I'm 22. So I feel like the baby in the group.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all from all ages, all walks, all different political and religious backgrounds. We just have gaming in common, right?
I would like to interrupt you for a moment. We have yet another person in the stream. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hello. I've been part of lurking in the background of Gamergate since the beginning, not making waves. And I've been a bit active, but not really in the limelight, like some people. And yeah, we've been having our issues with the social justice warriors and all that bullshit.
What kind of issues? Like, what are you dealing in?
Basically, sometimes trying to detect what the fuck they're doing to our guys, and
Oh yeah.
trying to disturb that as much as possible. But unfortunately, people don't fucking listen. They love to use the same passwords they used to give personal contacts, whatever. So that's why we have people being doxxed left and right.
Are the doxes, does anyone have any confirmation of who actually does the doxing? If has it been confirmed that it's anyone from either side, or if there is a third party involved, just like
It's both.
to shit up everything?
Apparently, it's both. Nothing is. We can't confirm anything, okay? But apparently it's both. We have third parties enjoying the fun, then we have the other guys also.
Yeah.
So when this was back on V, I was watching a lot of the threads, and I did see a couple of times various people's information get posted. But the first thing that happened immediately happened after that were about a flood of replies to every single post like that, saying, either get lost, shill, or why the hell are you posting information, or you're just hurting us. And the same thing happened on 8chan with it when Brianna Wu's information was posted. So I'm more inclined to believe that, like every controversy of every kind, it always seems to attract people who aren't interested in either side of the cause, aren't interested in either side of the argument, just want to cause trouble. This happened with Occupy, this happened with the student riots here in the UK a couple of years ago.
We also have false flags.
Professional trolls.
Oh, yeah.
We're also having
Right.
false flags at the
What-
moment. The other guys
what we're
are
act-
fighting.
What we're actually going through is like a big group think mentality, where well, it's not just us; it's them too. With the group think, it's like we have to be noticed in order to get something done, and say, "Hey, everybody, do this."
Yes.
Yeah, but
We
we have
think
to.
that if we do not have the numbers, that we're not going to be successful. And a lot of people are well-meaning when they do this, but what they don't realize is that it escalates the next person to somewhat subconsciously outdo them. And what happens is all the people who are actually level-headed within both sides don't get hurt.
Yeah, like when people are like escalating the groupthink on both sides, it turns into like a very violent us versus them.
Exactly.
And
Okay.
when you
Well, I've heard a few conversations with Kaz, and those have been pretty level-headed.
Sorry, what? With cars?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's actually opened up his own channel now, and you can go there, and then people will go there and talk to him. And I listened to a good chunk of the one, and it was very civilized.
He's civilized, alright, but you should
Like as
tell
long
him
as you
no.
can stay civilized while talking without 20 people jumping in and trying to attack a single point made.
But you'd be surprised how responsive some of these guys are when you just remain polite and civil.
Oh
Yes.
yes, no, we're
I know
talking
it's
among our own.
I know it's hard when they come at you and they come at with baseless insults like misogynist or anti-feminist and that. I was going to put a disclosure out here. I would identify myself as a feminist, at least in terms of equal rights. So when I see things like them talking about, being anti-feminist, anti-women, I just think, what the hell have you been smoking? Since when do anti-feminists fund fucking game jams to get women into game development? Since when do anti-feminists have a fucking woman as their mascot? It's just stupid. It's the most base insult with the lowest amount of research.
We got base mom, and we're still misogynists, and all the women we have on the side of GamerGate,
they're all sock
like
puppets
Ace Liz and Socks, and
they're all guys that shave their beards. Yeah.
Yeah, when I have talked to some of the let's call it the opposition, what I've heard is that a lot of them think that, for example, the Fine Young Capitalist thing is done with no intention of actually helping a woman get into the industry. It was just done to basically shield GamerGate from being targeted for harassment.
Oh,
that's a hell of an expensive shield.
Yeah, of course. It's a dumb suggestion, but
that was $70,000, I think.
That started long before GamerGate did.
Yeah, they started way before.
No, but they basically claim that the reason GamerGate is supporting it is not because they care about this cause. They are simply supporting it to
I see what you're
protect their own ass, basically.
Yeah, to create a narrative.
That is an awful lot of money for a lot of people who hate women to throw at women.
Well, the closest sort of thing I've seen to a coherent argument about it is the assertion that the project as a whole was just there to essentially extort these women for their ideas and not adequately compensate them for labor. Which
is kind of funny because they were getting, I do believe they get a slice of the ad revenue from the game.
8%, which is typical what somebody would get like from the producer. If from a TV show, if you wrote a TV show, you would get like 8%. I hear it's pretty standard in the industry.
Yeah, it's the standard in the US. Yeah.
I mean, we'd need to talk to Matt from the Capitalists about this, but I also was told that each of the people who got to the final 5 ideas, even though they didn't win, the group was going to pay for them to have their idea, copyrighted and patented. So, as far as like stealing ideas goes, I mean, we had to talk to Matt to confirm this. But it's a really, really baseless insult, and I'm just constantly thinking to myself of, if you're not going to engage and you're not going to, engage in a discussion where we can get to resolution in this, you are just as bad as the people doing the harassing and doxing because you're just prolonging this and making people angrier.
And if I recall correctly, doesn't Matt self-identify as a feminist?
I think he does. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. I think he's even gay, if I'm not wrong.
Well, I just have a problem with this new third wave feminism, and it's gotten a lot of people wacky. Like some of the stuff I see posted and these T-shirts where it's you go into a store for kids and you see T-shirt that says "Throw rocks at boys because they're stupid" and
Yeah,
that
it's a bit out of whack. It's
and these
really,
hashtags "Kill all men" and "End Father's Day" and all this stuff. And oh my God, it's just how much of this. And even in TV shows, all the men are bumbling idiots while the woman has to roll her eyes and fix everything. And
yeah, well, but
this has been going on for a long time, which is why I started following people like Sargon long before Gamergate even happened.
I mean, the bumbling male tropes have been going on for a while. I mean, particularly, off the top of my head, I'm thinking of things like the Flintstones from the 50s, where it was Wilma who basically kind of fixed Fred's mistakes on a weekly basis. But in terms of third wave and talk about merchandise, something that's forever amused me, I constantly see these mugs that say male tears on them.
oh, don't get me started on that.
I know where this is going. I know where this is going.
Where I'm from in the UK, male tears is slang for spunk. So,
yeah, I heard that coined on the Honey Badger podcast.
Yeah,
I'm not sure where she got it from, but that's the first time I heard it.
It's. I must admit, I giggle at it. But I think one thing that does always also strikes me a third wave, just a slightly related point, is how they take a lot of theories that came from, I guess, second wave, particularly people like Laura Mulvey. They're talking about things like the male gaze in terms of Bayonetta. The male gaze was an idea put forward by Laura Mulvey in her book Visual and Other Pleasures. This came out, I believe, in '78. And it's been a highly discussed theory. One of the biggest criticisms of it is that it doesn't really allow for homosexual or transsexual gazes at, pleasant bodies of media. So ever since then, it's been kind of discussed. I mean, there's a great article written by a feminist from, I believe, Iceland about matriarchal, I can't even pronounce the word, it's matrix eel, something like that, views, which effectively talks about a gender-neutral view, like a sadomasochistic view, that no matter what gender you are, if you're looking at something pleasant, let's say like Bayonetta, you're going to find some sort of pleasure in that, even on the most primal level. And that's what strikes me the most. It's like they've completely ignored the research done for the past 60-odd years before them in favor of Tumblrisms.
Yeah.
But they're trying to. They're at the moment. That's my opinion. I haven't really delved into the politics because I don't give a crap about politics whatsoever.
Adding on to that, there's actually something that I believe it was Karen Strawn that actually had mentioned this. The more we get, I guess you'd say, cushy as a society, the better off that we have it. The easier it is to offend people. And so the more that we develop as a society and it gets easier and easier to offend people, we stop so much evolving into the future and kind of start looping into the past, into puritanistic views.
She was saying something about we used to be scared of wild animals coming at us in the dark, and now we're scared of somebody calling us a name.
Right.
That's our biggest fear. So that becomes because that's the only fear we have. Because that's the only fear we have. It becomes an all-consuming fear if you let it.
Well, if you go by Tumblr feminism, it's you replace the wild animals with just men. A wild man coming at you in the dark.
Oh God, get away from me! I feel rapey.
There was an expression. How was it? Dick wolves running in the city, raping left and right.
What?
Oh, the Penny Arcade thing.
Oh, right. I read that actually.
Yeah. That was a fun issue.
Oh my God.
I want to go back a bit to the male gaze thing, and I think that there is something about the human figure in general that is pleasant to look at. If you look at ancient Roman statues, all those statues that display the human body are pleasant to look at.
Sure.
Everyone that has been to /fit will see that there's a bunch of guys there looking at the bodies of other guys on the internet. That's half the board.
This is where things like this idea of a third gendered view comes from. The idea is that if you're a male and you're a straight male, and let's say you're watching an action film and you're watching Arnold Schwarzenegger kick some ass while flexing his biceps, you're taking some pleasure in watching his body act out some ridiculous primal urges. And this is a lot of criticism of the female gaze, and that it's very, very narrow. it's a widely considered theory, and it's very well written, it's very well grounded, very well debated. But even Laurie Mulvey herself, in 1990, she wrote a follow-up called Afterthoughts on Visual and Other Pleasures, in which she basically says, short version of it is like, yeah, I was a bit extreme back then. I've kind of rethought it, and I like this idea of a third gender, but I also believe there is a male gaze looking at female bodies for straight men, which is more than fair enough. This is the thing that a lot of these people who are using, particularly Literally Who Too, is using, and she just doesn't seem to either have done the research or she'll be happy to rip it off in terms of her video series.
I am mixing up all the literalies here. There's literally who, literally who to, literally woo.
If I call her Auntie Saki, we all know who I'm on about?
Oh, right.
I like that.
Yeah.
Anti-Sharky is good.
We can only address them as literally who. 1, 2, 3. Now the other guy that showed up on MSNBC apparently is literally who 4.
Oh, the guy who sides with Comcast on killing consumer rights in favor of net neutrality. Yeah, that guy.
Don't. Yesterday when I was watching the stream, I was about to punch
rant
the
all
screen.
day on Comcast.
What corner of the internet do they drag him up from? That's my first question. I've never heard of this guy involved in this debate before.
I've never heard of Recode.
They wrote a shitty article.
I haven't heard of Recode until like today either.
I didn't even know what cis white or cis male was before.
Check your
Like
privilege.
2 weeks ago, I had to look it up.
Like I figured it out.
And honest to
couple
God,
months
I
ago.
rolled my eyes and did the face palm, like, what the hell? But I declared myself mayor of Cis City.
I'm about 5 seconds away from declaring myself the AV club of Gamergate. But no, the first I actually heard of cis that cis term was the summer. This is coming as a guy who a couple of years ago dated a postdoc transsexual. So this is like a brand new phrase to me, and I'm slightly reveling in it, just because it's a new word. They give me a new word to have fun with. It's fun.
Is it a word, or is it like a short form, like CIA or whatever you call that?
That's a good question. Does anyone know that?
I think cis it's either like Greek or Latin for, I think it's same, which
I thought it
basically
was an acronym.
no,
Yeah,
it's
I
not,
thought it was an acronym.
It's not an acronym. It's I think it's like one of those ancient languages, and it basically means same if I recall
okay.
correctly.
I'm
And
gonna look it up.
it basically means that you like you recognize yourself as this. You recognize your gender as the same as your sex, basically.
And
I
that's
may be
okay.
talking out of my
Now.
ass here, but the earliest I can remember it being used was actually in describing the Transcaucasus and the Ciscaucasus Mountains, but I may be incorrect.
I have no idea. Like, the first time I heard this was basically when some of my trans friends started using die, cis, scum, ironically, in a IRC chat.
Yeah, it's the first time I heard of it was when I saw that now infamous picture of the girl with the Dices scum tattoo.
I don't give a crap, honestly. Everybody's people.
Oh yeah, here it is again. Where individuals experience their own gender match the sex they were assigned at birth.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my head hurts. And it's so early in the morning.
I mean, like it's fair to say the difference between gender and sex, but I think there's a point where you take it a bit too far.
Like, I have always had a problem with like recognizing the difference between sex and gender, because in Norwegian we only have one word for both, basically. So I have it took me some time to realize like the difference between sex and gender.
Yeah.
For a long amount of time, I assumed it was just the same thing.
Where I live, we also.
Well, there's actually
only
a
have one
big-
word for it.
There's actually a big fallback to the idea of a political correctness when it comes to like pronouns. You know, oh well, I was born a man, but I'm actually a woman. Well, in the case of like EMT, I was an EMT for a while, and you get a call and they say, oh well, she's in the bathroom, you know, bent over, and she's she, and then you get there, and then it's like actually a guy. You're like, oh wow, didn't expect this.
I would have thought they'd have mentioned that, you know, it's this person is transsexual, and that particularly if it could be related to issues with medication or any issues of rejecting any surgery. I'm assuming they'd have to mention that on the phone call if someone is in the bathroom in that much pain.
Not
I've seen it argued
exactly.
that
there's
That's
been
supposed to
times
be
where
aggressive.
they just called the operator, and the operator assumed, since the client actually said she she assumed, okay, we got a 29-year-old female.
Okay.
And
I guess
so,
in some light you can take a positive out of that, in that society is now being more accepting of transsexual people, which in a way is a good thing. But I understand, as far as a career goes, particularly as you were saying, you're in the medical career, it's going to be really, really frustrating.
right, and it could potentially be dangerous.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt the conversation, but I think we should get. We are going a bit off topic here.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
go.
sure.
Let's get cracking on GamerGate.
Something I think something I want to address is how like GamerGate as a movement can show the general public that we are not bad people. Basically, how we can. I think we should have a discussion about how we can prove that gamers are, in fact, not misogynists, and that gaming is an inclusive community.
Okay.
Well, just to get something off the bat, I'm hesitant to call it a movement. I'm more inclined of calling it a consumer revolt, because a movement suggests that we have leaders, and we don't.
I agree.
We're
No
just
leaders. But I don't really care what we call it, as long as we stipulate that we don't have leaders and
Yes.
we're.
Yeah.
Well, English is my second language, so I just didn't find a word for it.
Oh, you're
my
doing
bad.
great.
Well, it's a
Yeah.
very good. It's a
That-
very
that-
good point. Sorry, go ahead, man.
As far as proving that we're not horrible people, I mean, there are many charities that are spawned just out of gaming alone. Particularly, obviously, the main one will be Child's Play. Every year, there's another one, Extra Lives. There's like a 24-hour stream. They encourage other people to do the same thing. There's tons of charity work going on within the gaming community alone. I mean, hell, going back to my roots in the fighting game community, not this year, last year for EVO, we did a donation drive, which was for the community choice game. You donated $5 to the charity, and you got to vote on the game you wanted to see at the community choice. I believe we raised almost $250,000 overall. So it's like saying that these people are horrible people when we've done so much selflessly for everyone else is just completely annoying. As far as talking about GamerGate, it also says it's about the charity, what we've done under that name.
Dude, as much charity we do won't matter.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But this is the point. Which we're talking, obviously, I guess, people coming in from the outside, particularly after MSNBC thing. So I think we need to focus on the
but we're getting to the point where I would like to talk about the problem that we're having at GamerGate at the moment. Okay, is that technically we're fighting a media war. Okay, between two sides. Okay. The biggest problem here is when the two sides clash on Twitter or directly on some places. That's when ugly shit happens. But at the moment, what we're trying to do is to counterbalance the imbalance that we have. That is, they have the whole media in their hands, and we're trying to gain some media space so that we can start sharing our message. Okay? Because what's happening now is that we are seeing a change in how the media itself is starting to look at our movement, whatever, okay, at our consumer revolt, whatever we want to call it. And that's what's happening at the moment, okay? And that we're at the turning point because the narrative, doesn't add up. Their narrative doesn't add up, and people are starting to get fed up. And yesterday we put MSN in a bad position because after they did their piece, they got bombarded with facts, okay, and true facts. And then they saw, oh, oops, we called an expert who has been talking shit and is involved in all this shit. And hold on.
Have they actually admitted that they did a mistake?
Dude, big newspapers or big publications, they never admit dick. Okay, what they will do is they will save their faces and they will see, okay, if these guys will do lots of noise about it, we are forced to give the other side, okay?
Yeah, but the problem here is that both sides are capable of making a shit ton of noise.
Yeah, but there's one thing, dude. Listen, when we start getting our voice heard, okay, and people start saying, okay, these guys don't have dick to do with misogyny, bollocks or whatever. Okay? and they are really trying to fight for something because they were the little guys, okay? And all these people out of nowhere decided to come up and form a consumers group, okay, and try to fight this. And they've been fighting up the hill, okay, against all these guys, because all of a sudden the real news reporters, what they're seeing is, hold on, so we're reporting on facts that are being muffled by the guys down there. Hold on, those guys down there are the guys involved in it. This shit is not fucking journalism. I don't want to get my fucking name smeared on all this crap, and that's what's happening now. The big journalists are starting to crack that pasty stuff that they placed around us, and we're starting to crack that.
Right. Did anyone here listen to that BBC radio show? I think it was today, or
Yeah, I recorded it
yesterday.
through an MP3, and I can put the link in the description if we want.
Yeah, that might be okay.
That was a big crack yesterday.
I didn't get all of it. I got a bit of it that IA streamed on his stream yesterday.
Oh, it's a
And-
really short piece, man. You only have to listen to it because it starts at 11 minutes and something.
Yeah, okay. But from what I seen, it seemed fairly balanced. There were some people there who were obviously biased, but from
One guy was biased, yeah.
but if you have a look at like everyone involved in the conversation, I think it got it held a fairly fair perspective throughout the interview or the radio show.
You missed one point there. I think it's one important point there. The moderator, okay, the guy in charge of the thing, he was listening to both sides, and if you go and listen again, after he listened to the, I can't remember her name, after she talked, when the other guy came with bollocks, that's all we can say about it, the moderator shut him off straight away and told him, oh dude, shut the fuck up. And that's a big difference, okay? Because one thing is you have the guy, the moderator, that's the guy in charge of the radio show, and then you have two invitees. And those two invitees, they're called upon to talk about it, okay?
Yeah.
And when you have one moderator telling one guy to, oh dude, just shut the fuck up. That's basically what he did. That's
okay.
Okay.
I didn't hear the entire thing. I just heard a part of it.
Oh man, it's only like 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I posted it in the video in our stream description. If you just refresh the page, it's in the more.
Yeah, I'll listen to it, I guess, after the stream, so I don't, or...
Yeah, don't listen to it now, yeah.
Yeah,
It's there for anybody that wants to check it out.
If I'm wrong, then send me a message telling me I'm wrong.
I think I was listening to it in IA's last stream. Very,
Well,
very...
you can hear it much better with the MP3, not trying to hear it the way he tried to present it.
Yeah.
Directly through.
The portion of it I heard was largely just leading questions from the host.
Exactly.
Going to, boy, there sure is a lot of misogyny in gaming, isn't there? Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Not really. The guy was to me, the presenter was typical BBC. He has a punch list there in front of him. He throws that shit into the air, and then he sees what the hell is going on. And then he starts analyzing it. He says, "Nah, shut up." That's what he did.
That is the one problem with the BBC. They do a pretty good job of being non-biased, but for every interview, there's always at least one question, which is a complete and utter sham, which is completely biased one way or the other.
Yeah.
And that's the one that always sticks out the most, and everyone just winces.
I don't really have much experience with the BBC, so I can't really comment on that.
CBC is getting more feminized.
Sorry, say what?
CBC here in Canada? Oh, sorry.
Oh, Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
The British Broadcasting, sorry.
If anything happens, we blame.
But I don't think we're going to get much favorable coverage from most of the media. Is basically the same as the game journals. Journal.
Well,
They're all. A lot of them have heavy ideologies.
Well, the
Exactly.
Beeb should be okay. The Beeb should be okay because they as much they try and remain impartial and report both sides of the story. And when they don't, there's a huge controversy. I mean, if anyone remembers the Jimmy Savile incident last year, when they weren't impartial and they basically covered someone's ass, it completely blew up in their faces. So they'll at least try. Plus, we've got the luck of Milo having ties to BBC as it is. So hopefully they will do the right thing. They'd look up, see he's involved, and outreach to him for comment as well.
Mostly you have the.
I'm sorry.
So mostly you have the same thing here in America. It doesn't matter which way you lean. You're going to get feminist TV all time, every day, all day.
Yeah, but for instance, one thing that I was amazed. Okay, but most of our riots, let's call it a riot.
Riots.
Most of our riots is leftist. Okay, and then we have Milo is a right wing. Then we have Adam Baldwin, right wing. Then
yeah, but Milo right wing is British right wing is not quite the same as American right wing.
Yeah, I know.
No.
No, it's completely different. I know that, but technically it's right wing. Okay, I'm simplifying because I'm European, so for me it's like lefty, righty, in the middle. I don't care.
And what's Christina Summers? I think she's left too, right?
She's a Russian Democrat, yeah.
Yeah, she is left.
Yeah, they tried to accuse her of being a right wing.
But didn't there were who organized that thing where a shit ton of people on Twitter from the Gamergate tag did that political compass thing?
Oh, hang on, I've actually just got the tab open for that. It was organised by I'll get the name for you. Zenith the One and Gamergate F on Twitter.
Yeah.
Right. And
can you guys hold for a sec? Can you send me another link to the chat? We got Stork wants to come in from the Steam group.
Oh.
Send it to me in the private chat there, Shorono.
Roger.
Okay, go ahead, guys. Sorry.
There. You should get it. Oh, yeah, I sent it in the group chat on the Hangouts.
Oh, on the Hangout. Okay.
Where were we?
We were talking about the political compass test.
I threw the spaghetti. Blame me.
The thing I noticed there that everyone seemed to be mostly on the left side, even though everyone has accused Gamergate of being like far right extremists.
Yeah, because they see the two figures that are more preeminent. That it's Adam Baldwin and Milo.
Well,
I'm on the third line of the test, and I want to see how far left I go.
They see that because a lot of it is it's a capitalistic type movement, and they associate that with the right.
Yeah, they're so far to the extreme, to the left, that they consider us right. It's incredible.
I mean, the thing is that the keyword they're seeing before anything else is, even if they see it as a consumer movement, they see it, the word consumer, consume, often associated with capitalism and consumption of material goods. So that's what I think. That's probably why they're trying to slate as right wing. You know, that, and also research is hard to do apparently. It's just very.
No, I think they go like you were saying, but they do one thing and tell you, oh, hold on, let me check on my iMac. What the fuck you are? Oh yeah, okay, you're a bad consumer, you know, really bad.
You forgot to add in that. Lily, also, let me take a drink of my Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, while I go to Starbucks.
To the States pretty soon. I've got to find a beer that doesn't taste like piss.
They don't exist here.
Oh, God, kill me.
I think another thing that has like solid the Gamergate's image has been that there have been quite a bit of people that might be considered to be somewhat extremists, being very vocal in the Gamergate issue.
No doubt.
But I think not even part of that. Most of that issue comes from people. Everyone has ignored it. Like everyone that is considered to be like part of the core gaming press has just ignored the issue because it could backfire on them. So they just wanted to ignore it until it like went away. Like it has like been a trend in the gaming industry. They don't really report on it a lot. If it's things they feel are bad, they just ignore it until it goes away.
Jim Sterling comes to mind right now.
Would any of us here report about anything that could or in our our publication, we would think 3 times before doing that.
So basically, what that leaves us with is that everyone that is seems to have a fair stance on it will just ignore it and hope that it doesn't sully their name either way, which leaves us with only the extremists left that could take our side and hear our voice.
Right.
And
Well, I've
man,
noticed a lot.
I still think that everything here goes through us creating more noise in the bigger media, okay, in the mainstream media. That's the objective. That's what we're managing to do now.
The only
That's
hope
where
is
we
that,
really put our money on.
the only hope is that the mainstream media, because a lot of these guys, when they start doing research, I mean, I actually have a BA in film, and I know a few reporters, and a lot of these guys, when they start doing research, the first thing they do instinctively is they're sort of going on social network, going on anything, they'll go to Google and just quickly flick through other headlines or other blogs where there's anything going on.
Oh yeah.
And the issue is, you go to Google, what's the first thing that comes when you put Gamergate in? You get Gawker Media and people who have got a higher Google ranking than anyone else. So either we need to find a way to increase the Ralph retorts Google ranking, or we need to massively boost the signal on social media.
I think that we could invite anyone who has web hosting skills to actually pull Gamergate into like a gaming review site as well, and to I don't know, coalesce YouTuber opinions into
Right.
one website where it could just be typed out, and say you'll have Total Biscuit, and we can type out what Total Biscuit said on the website and say he gave it a 10 out of 10 or whatever he gave it.
Yeah. The thing is, we would need a lot of reviewers for that, and I think instead of trying to start a whole new platform, at least for PC gamers, I think the whole new Steam Curator thing might do serve that part. For example, we have this Gamergate group on Steam where everyone can contribute. So if
okay, but
we
hold on. But Steam, only gamers and those who use Steam can really have access to it. Okay, that's not the idea, because at the moment, mom goes to the internet. Oh my God, the kids are all my soggy needs. I don't care. Fuck them.
Yeah, of course.
And they go to fucking Twitter. You're a fucking misogynist or whatever it's the name of that shit, and turn on the fucking.
Yeah, I was thinking more about for fair reviews.
Yeah, but he's right that we can't just trust Steam. Like a lot of people, a lot of game platforms and stuff aren't on Steam. So we should
yeah,
have,
of course. It can't be.
I did start.
That's one rule of thumb that most of the people on our movement.
I bought a domain called.
If it's San Francisco, avoid it like the fucking plague.
Like,
no. There's a company. Avoid it like
actually,
fucking plague.
Yeah,
San Fran's not that bad. It's only the Bay Area. It's only the Bay Area.
Gamers came
That's
out,
not it, man.
and
It's
just,
the companies.
or websites, or video games came out, and they were asking Gamergate's review or Gamergate's opinion on said game, and then games started saying, Gamergate get 10 out of 10, and then that actually is the one that matters. They're like, yeah, fuck Polygon.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone on any video game journalists. I haven't looked for up reviews on any game in a long time, because to be frankly, I don't trust any of the game review sites.
They haven't
anymore.
been trusted in a long time by most people.
IGN have me and my friends have used IGN as a joke for the longest of time. If you look at old Penny Arcade comics, they have been using IGN as a joke since forever, and Metacritic's just the same.
Yeah, don't laugh. I was using Game Informer.
Well, what's the object? You can't spell ignorance without IGN.
There's a site that's popped up recently that's purporting itself to be a more objective and less political stance. If you've seen goodgamers.us.
I have, yeah.
I have, yeah.
Content's been a little slow to come on it, but they seem to be living up to their premise.
The one I've actually been using, which has been it's not really been pro Gamergate around, so it's just been reporting things as they happen, has been Gamer Headlines. because I must admit, I'm British and I grew up on the beeb, so I don't really want politically slanted news either way. I just want the facts. I just want the middleman to say, this is what this person did on the left. This is what this person did on the right. You know, this is what this person did in Activision, who's a twat. This is what this person in EA did, who was also a twat. You know, I don't want any nonsense. I just want the fucking news. And so I've been quite enjoying gamer headlines for that because they're just very much like, here's what's happened, here's how it's going down, here's some
Can I
news.
suggest one
here's the
thing?
score.
At the moment, I'm going through a project, and I don't have any time to do anything related to web design or whatever. But in my opinion, what we need for the movement is a central, like the other dude was saying, we need a central area where we can plaster everything related to it.
The problem is a central, like a central web page of sorts would have to be run by someone, and then someone would have like a control over the movement.
And that person could also be targeted by the other side.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same. It's the same problem why communism doesn't work in real life.
There's ways of avoiding that. Okay.
I was actually just like saying, make it a totally separate thing out of, with just the name Gamergate. I mean, if it would represent most of us, that would be fine. It doesn't have to represent everybody, but most of us.
Well, I was on one stream. I was listening. I was only listening, and some ideas came out of there. And in order to probably aggregate our movement in such a way that still doesn't get targeted, but at the same time manages to get a more cohesive way of doing things. Okay, because at the moment we have a problem is that if someone wants to come and talk to Gamergate about Gamergate, between the guy sending lols and sending kitties and bullshit, one guy shows up and says, "Oh yeah, I want to go there." Okay, I can answer. And at the moment, we don't have that. We have King of Pole. Well, okay, yeah, whatever. If we want to measure dicks, he's good for that. And people that can show their faces because they're under anonymity.
Anonymous?
Yeah, whatever.
Anonymity. No, what?
Anonymity?
Anonymity.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
anonymity.
like, yeah.
That took a while.
Yeah.
Anon.
And on forever. So, man, I don't know, really. I don't know how many people are at the moment want to poke their heads out, okay? Because even this shit of going to the MSNBC or even Huffington Post, okay, that shit, they have to show their faces. Okay?
Didn't the HuffPost like bail on Hot Wheels earlier today or something like that?
Yeah.
Literally who bailed, and then, of course, if you don't have anyone to talk to, well, dude, Hot Wheels stays at home, you know.
Oh, what? He's not coming on now because Zoe canceled?
Apparently, yeah. Man, it doesn't make sense to call because apparently they wanted to do a debate. That's the gift I've got, man. Because I was at work, and then when I came from work, that's when I started.
Oh, they do lots of stories without doing debates.
Zoe wanted a one-sider, and that's all she wanted.
But the HuffPost,
This
and you're a bumhole, okay? The HuffPost love to do that shit. They're opposed to her, apparently.
This kind of stems into another issue, though, in that they just won't debate their ideas or ideals either way on anything.
Nah, they gotta have the upper hand. That's how they work, man. If they don't have, fuck it.
If an ad hominem, argument doesn't work very well when you're actually arguing against someone, arguing from a scientific standpoint, or at least someone who has minimal facts. Once they say, well, okay, that's great and fine, but X, Y, and Z, their argument falls apart, and they don't like that. Nobody likes that.
Yeah, but global meltdowns in front of the TV cameras, that's nice.
I mean, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that brings in ratings.
It's kind of interesting how many people, like particularly from their side, are still sticking to. Well, they changed their story from well, it didn't happen during his time to Nathan Grayson never wrote about Zoe Quinn during his time with Kotaku, and it's like, well, that's a lie. There are several articles he wrote about Zoe Quinn, and of course the most infamous one, the Game Jam article. He linked into it, and he provided that via an archive today to someone, and either there for you to click on it because you archived it, or you do not linked it, or they just try and say, oh, well, it's about Game Jam. Yeah, where he used her as a focal point, linked to her game, and linked to her frickin' Patreon.
Wait, is this the guy?
That picture of him standing in front of her, okay, laying on that bed, with all the participants in the contest, never happened.
Were you talking about the guy with like the mushroom hair, Eric something?
Yeah, the guy that wanted to have I can't remember the name of it, man. It's a 17th
for
year.
like 2 seconds, that guy had me like looking back to see if the articles were actually written. I was like, wait a second, I never actually did see any of those.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's me. It's like I'm gonna go look and see if I've got my facts right or not. And I was like, I thought I saw those.
But that's
Yeah,
not what I
you and lots
Go
of
back and look for proof. What's the phrase we're using? Trust but verify. Look for proof, verify it. That's the right thing to do. Go back and look for proof.
That's one thing where we're winning also. It's because we check facts and double check and then triple cross with other people.
Well, I read an article like that a while ago when I was watching the atheists battle the religion people, and the article actually said that the atheists are well more versed on the Bible than actually the people preaching the Bible are. And I did see that in almost every single case, that the atheists were just crashing down on them with facts about their own Bible. Like, I was raised Catholic, but I dropped it when I was in high school, and so I know about it too, and I can easily debate these religious people.
You heretic.
Yeah. No, I think if there is a God, he'll love me for what I do, not for what I follow.
Bingo. That's the approach.
I think the big thing that is going on right now is that the feminist style fight, the way that they go about their attack is very much the way they've tried to attack MRAs in the past. The big difference that separates Gamergate is that there is no real focal point. There is no we're not as small of a minority.
Yeah.
We're not just a small focal group where that you can identify as, oh, that's a section of just women.
We're not
haters.
holding a conference at some hall where they can all stand outside and pull fire alarms and block the entrances. And oh my God, that was horrible watching that on YouTube.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like Crimea River.
The way that they try to combat Gamergate is something that they've really not seen before. They can't just point a finger at one of us because they can't even point a finger at two of us.
Just look at all the streams popping up and all the different points of view and opinions, and
that's what's defeating them.
Yeah,
us here talking right now is one of the things that will eventually overtake them.
We're a swarm without a nest.
Exactly. We need more people talking. I mean, they don't have to be great voices. They don't have to be.
No, I want as many voices as I can get in here.
I don't care. I don't care if they're I don't care if they're regurgitating the same fucking points that everybody else has regurgitated. It's voices. It's people. It's numbers.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyone here from the U.S.?
I am.
That's me.
Okay. Can you guys correlate what they're trying to do to us? What happened to, if I'm not mistaken, to atheism? To the atheism movement?
Ooh, atheism.
With atheism plus?
Yeah. Okay. That's the same tactics they're trying to use on us, and the biggest issue they're having is that we're fucking nuts, and we don't go with that bullshit. So they're, like we're saying, they're fucking going crazy with us. Okay.
They
don't know where to fucking hit. They try to hit one. Hail Hydra. There goes another one running away.
In the words of the internet aristocrat, they greatly underestimated our autism.
They greatly underestimated their demographic on who exactly they're attacking. Gamers by nature, we love a challenge. I mean, that's all there is to it. We are by nature, I hate to say this, but we are smarter than the average Joes. We think
also come on, how much time have we spent grinding for stuff?
So
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not
we-
sure if we're more intelligent than the average Joe, but we're definitely more tactical, and we're definitely programmed to win because, well, we've spent how many years of our lives working out strategies on how to beat bosses and completely go around everything. I mean, I've been playing Alien Isolation recently, and I must admit, I've been catching myself looking like really far in the distance in the screen, looking for drool or rat or anything. And I'm thinking, holy crap, I never used to think like this. Playing games, I've become a hell of a lot more paranoid, apparently.
I pity the fools who do streams with their webcams on. Jesus.
But yeah, they're so used to like putting their rhetoric onto the average person that's like, sounds legit to me. And then you come to us and it's like, well, where's your proof? And they're like, what's that?
Well, for Atheism Plus, they had a lot of the same problems that we've been having with Gamergate. Essentially, they would come and level in these mass accusations of misogyny, and for most people, when they see that level up, they say, well, I'm not a misogynist, I don't hate women, I don't want to be associated with that. And so they recoil. And so
No true Scotsman.
part of the problem with Atheism Plus was that a bunch of people just dropped it because it was too much of a hassle. And we had creationists to fight with. We're just not going to waste time arguing with these feminists.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're giving them a real big challenge. They're really taking it in the bum. Sorry for the language, but
I think what tars me the most about this group, though, is these very radicalized people, is that they end up tarring feminism as a whole. And a lot of people end up believing that feminism is just this extreme ideology that's put forward by these people, and it's really not. The idea is, or at least my understanding of it was supposed to be, that feminism was about giving women the choice. So if you wanted to be a wife and a mother, you had the choice to be so. If you wanted to pursue a career, you had the choice to be so. You had the choice to do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, that
Extremist nonsense. It's like, no, you're taking away the choice. You're getting away from the core goddamn idea of this.
Yeah, I really agree to that. I think that's something that has been a problem for a while with the whole Gamergate thing, is that a lot of people in like the Gamergate, I guess, movement is doing a lot of the same faults that we are criticizing the opposition of doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough to call someone an extremist when they're acting like one, but it's kind of unfair to tar the entire opposition as feminists, because not only are there feminists on our side, that it's also a very, very focused group on that side that are causing vocal, I guess, issues for us.
Yes. But if you have, like, when you listen to some of the Gamergate streams that are going on, you can hear that people are basically not putting a distinction between, like, extreme feminism and just normal feminism, I guess.
no.
I love Sargon, but he's very guilty of that.
Yeah.
He's classified a lot the same.
Well, he identifies it as third wave most of the time. Third wave
Sargon
feminism.
doesn't like the feminism, the radical feminism. Okay,
Right.
he's egalitarian. Okay,
He points it out for sure. He finds it and he points it out.
I love him. I love his let's call it show because of that. He doesn't take bullshit regarding to that.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest issues regarding Gamergate and anti-Gamergate is with in regards to feminists is that I think from listening to their arguments, the most logical of them are saying, hey, there's not enough women developing games. And a lot of us, what we hear is that there's men losing their jobs as developers because they're cutting those jobs to replace them with women.
I work in the industry, man. No.
What they're saying?
For 7 years. Okay. No. Sorry, but that's wrong. Sorry to.
I'm not saying that's what's happening.
No, what's happening? What they're bitching about?
Okay.
First of all, the industry is cutting off on jobs. Okay. Where everybody wants to increase profits, it's always the little guys that go away. And what's happening is that their rhetoric is, oh, we need more women in the industry. Okay, come on in, show me your curriculum. Oh, I have a course in fucking women studies. Cool. That's what we really need to code. Fuck you. See ya.
I think the issue
Right,
is
and I
If they don't
understand
go
that.
for computer science and learn the trade, dude,
Yeah,
there's no
there's
job
not enough
for
women in
them.
STEM, so there's not enough women in programming. It's reflected from the education.
Exactly.
so
I'm
what the
just
hell?
trying to come from a viewpoint of what exactly they're trying to achieve with that they're not saying, because a lot of us, at least from my perspective, is that when this happens, I'm gonna see a shit ton of stuff replacing the games that I loved with like flowers and butterflies.
Yeah,
Enjoy the
And
press.
that's what a lot of gamers are worried about. Sure,
And
go
that-
ahead and make your ideological safe space games. Go ahead and make them. Just don't take away my belly button.
Bingo.
Save the boob plate where they got hounded. The owner came and said, "Yeah, you got to cover the skin, man."
Yeah,
But
basically.
there's space in the whole industry for any kind of games people want. Okay, the problem is that these people wants to change on the, let's call it AAAs. They want to enforce, they want to really edge
Yes.
their way and
Yes.
say everything has to change. Everything.
The problem, I
What the
think
hell? If I
with
want to play a game with boobs eating me in the face, I want to play it.
of
If I want
course,
to play a game with bodies floating all over the place, I want to play it. But Jesus, let me fucking choose.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. There is a lot of people that are that basically want to. There is in a capitalist society, basically, if there is a demand for it and no one is making it, then making it would be a gold mine. So if these people really think that games that portray women in a certain way is really wanted in the industry, then they should just go and make it because it would earn them a fortune. What they instead are trying to do are force rules on the people who are already there to make all their games the games that fit in their safe spot instead of making the safe
And then they
spot
would
games
need to hire women
themselves.
to fill them roles because men don't really tend to write that kind of stuff.
they want to force the comfort of the minority on the buying power of the majority.
Exactly.
Also,
Okay, guys, we got a new guy in here, Alex. Is your mic working, Alex?
Do you hear me?
Yep.
I hear you.
Loud and clear.
Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us why you came into GamerGate?
So I'm Stark from the Team Group. Why did I join GamerGate? Well, actually, I didn't know much about the Zoe Quinn scandal. I first got really pissed because of the articles. I first saw the articles that were attacking the gamers. And I got pissed, of course. Then I saw
You're
Boogie.
talking about all the Death to Gamers articles?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So then I saw Boogie's video, and this chick slept with some guys to promote herself. Well, big deal. It happens all the time. But the arrogance of the gaming press really pissed me off. I mean, I couldn't care less what Zoe Quinn did. Because gaming sites, to me, are not journalists, are more of advertising sites. Like, I like IGN because they tell me the news. I don't really go there for reviews. See?
I do get your point. I guess it's kind of like how some, like my sister's reading some magazines about makeup and whatever, and it's literally the same. The entire magazine is just advertisement, or even the articles are advertisements for products, and they don't seem to hide it. And I feel that's sort of the same way at least part of the gaming press have become. They inform you of what's there, but you can't expect their view to be unbiased.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, if you just look at, I don't know, you get coverage from gaming sites. So I don't care if they're biased or not, because in the end they show you products. And if you look at Watch Dogs, it was presented in a bad way. And even though the gaming press defended it, the gaming community condemned it. But got an idea what product they were selling.
Yeah, one thing that I have noticed, for example, if you look at previews for games, when you look at a preview for a game on the, for example, if you go on YouTube from some dude from some major gaming site, I never pay attention to anything he says. I just look at the gameplay that's presented to me and judge myself.
Oh yeah, who actually like looks up a review anymore when they're looking for a new game? I mean, I must admit myself, the first thing I will do is if I'm interested in a game, I'll go to YouTube and I'll look up, game name,
Gameplay.
the platform I'm looking for, gameplay. And just watch it.
Yep.
But I wrote about this in one of my forums.
Try to check some news, but nowadays I don't check any news.
But I weren't talking about reviews here. I'm talking about like previews, games that aren't out yet.
Oh.
Like people going on E3 and getting to like play beta versions of games and stuff.
Yeah.
Let me make a point here, guys. I made a point on one of my forums that people were saying, well, why does this bother me? I don't read them magazines. I don't go to them websites. So how does this affect me at all?
Oh God.
And I typed in, well, imagine this was a mainstream newspaper publication or news show. You didn't watch it. You thought it was a bunch of bunk, but a lot of people did. And they started putting out op-eds every single day about being in this cult. You should be in this cult, and if you're not, everybody's evil. Next thing you know, your neighbor on both sides of you are joined this stupid cult because they did watch them shows and read them op-eds, and now they're harassing you. But so it does affect you. It's going to affect you in the long run when people are putting out ideologies in print when they got megaphones, like Lee Alexander says, I am a megaphone, and that's exactly what these people are. They got megaphones, and a lot of people do listen. And they got the power to make and break developers. If they don't cover a certain indie dev because they don't like him or he's not in their little clique, that could break him. And then they could put ahead people that have no gaming experience at all, like that Depression Quest. That's not to me. That's not a game.
It's not a game. It's an HTML page. That's literally all it is. HTML and some CSS.
So when you got the power to put people like that ahead and trash people that actually make good games with good stories and good art, that does affect us. Even if we do not go to them sites, that affects us down the long run.
Of course it does. It gives them a control over like the entire supply of the industry. I've heard that there were a lot of people, like for example on this one 4chan thread far earlier, there was this guy from the Xbox One development team who posted proof that he was part of the development team by the I made this Xbox One controller. And they said that a lot of the people in the team were pro Gamergate, but they couldn't say it because the industry was cracked down on them.
I remember reading that, yeah.
And basically, what I think we should do is we should work on getting a Gamergate, like a pro Gamergate press, up going. We already have sites that are starting up and are showing like promise. If they get big enough so that the indie developers, for example, can they can go there and get their game reviewed. They can go there and get the publicity they need, so they don't need the like sites like Polygon or Kotaku to get the word out.
Honest gamer reviews.
What you just brought up was a very good point that I'd like to expand on a little bit, and it's my fear that Gamergate may possibly branch off and extend to the main media as well, because I mean we all saw what happened on MSNBC.
Yeah,
and that is like just a bigger reflection of what happened with the 5 articles written by Kotaku, Rock Paper Shotgun, and Polygon.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And the sad thing is that with the image that gamers have or have had, it has taken, well, I'm talking American-wise, people this long, and it took gamers to rise up and say, hey, that's not cool. We can't have that here. But nobody else did anything in the regular media before that. They just sat there and did nothing.
Can I say a few things about internet threats?
Sure.
Sure, go ahead.
So I really don't understand this internet threats, because if you look just a few months back at Ben Affleck and all the hate and threat he got, you can say threats are an internet thing, in which case you would wish to censor the internet. But that's something different and another battle. But internet threats, sadly, are something normal on the internet.
Oh, they were long before the internet, my friend. They were in mail.
Yeah.
People used to get hate mail by the bags.
I mean, Ben Affleck, if you look at how much hate he got and how everyone, even mainstream media, made jokes about him being Batman.
Oh, I don't want to see him as Batman. He
That's-
wrecked it
that's
as
the thing I
that
watched
other
him on.
superhero character or whatever it was, the blind one. I don't think he's got another chance.
Look even at the hate Phil Fish got. I mean, you can't say it's against women. I mean,
Hold on. Phil Fish is a different case, man. Hold on.
Yeah.
Phil Fish,
Look at Brad Wardell.
dude, that guy is like the jackass of internet.
yeah, but I mean, you can't just say women get threats on the internet.
No,
Only.
you're exactly right. It's a two-way streak, and men get lots of it, but men seem to handle it better, and they don't use it to further themselves.
No,
Where there's been a few people that use that as a jumping box for their career.
I think it's wrong to separate this by gender. I think we need to put a distinction here that there are certain people that would like to use hate mail that they get to put themselves in a victim box to basically make them immune to any form for criticism because then you're harassing them.
Fund my Patreon.
There are both men and women who have been doing this, and I don't think gender has anything to do with it. I think it has to do with moral integrity.
I mean, I'm also really hesitant to involve gender into this because then it plays into the notion that this is a quote-unquote gender war, which is frankly bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
I would agree with that.
The gender narrative, it's only a shield on their side. Because, listen, what they think is, okay, the opposing force, the gamers, are guys, okay? The only way of us really crack on them is to really say, oh, don't talk to us, we're women, okay? Don't. You guys are misogynists.
Just
Not
listen and believe.
Yeah, exactly. And here's my Patreon. Oh, fuck, sorry. And
Which is kind of funny because some of the most vocal people in Gamergate and definitely the most vocal people in Not Your Shield are all women. So, I mean, how many times have we seen Liz F completely blow someone out? How many times have we seen Jade?
Oh man, that's a work of art watching her in action.
dude, do you remember on high
Liz
school when the two
terrifies me
girls would pick on each other? They're fucking. They spill hate, okay? They're terrible to each other.
You can't paint all women with brushes, just like you can't paint all men.
Or
You
women.
gotta address people individually.
Yeah,
here's-
but women are more combative in that aspect, okay?
Here's the,
Not
here's
all
the crux
women.
of the problem. I mean, do we fight them or do we ignore them? I mean,
No, you
which
can't
one
ignore them.
causes the best?
The best you can do is like don't touch the poop as much as possible.
When I say ignore them, I mean push for what we want, which is the ethics and journalism,
Bingo.
and ignore the misogyny, ignore those the names and the comments, and say, fuck that. This is what we want. This is what we want, and keep saying this is what we want.
That's what the majority of GamerGaters are trying for.
The best thing
Because
is
their narrative,
Yeah,
that narrative of misogyny and all that crap, it will sooner or later go away.
the best thing to do to me is if you're debating with someone about this, and let's picture the scenario that you're being perfectly civil with the person. You know, you're sending proof back and forth. You're having a discussion about this, and then they start throwing out insults at you because you've gained the upper hand in debate through a point which is disproven theirs. And they start saying you're a piss baby, or fuck you, or fuck this, or or worse. Just send them one reply back saying, learn how to debate. You do not debate by insulting the person, and then just ignore them after that.
I usually wind up just agreeing with them, be like, yeah, I'm an asshole. Sorry.
Or you can do it like I did to one guy. The guy was like, adults are using the internet. I looked at his picture. Oh, son. Dude, you still smell like baby milk. Baby. The guy was spilling fucking vinegar. I left him there. I don't care.
I mean, it's the weird thing these journalists don't seem to get is that you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar.
Exactly.
So, you know, maybe chat with us. Maybe chat with us on a reasonable level. Don't label us sexist. Don't call us misogynist because, well, frankly, we're not. And how about we just talk about, you know, various people living with each other when they're right through each other, having relationships, you know, being friends with people in the development. Let's have a chat about that.
Who's chewing the chips?
Who's got the Doritos? Because I didn't realize being sponsored by Doritos and Do.
Doritos and Mountain Dew in a bowl.
God, that'll be the. Can you imagine that? That would be like the worst breakfast cereal ever. I can just imagine the box for it now. It's like the MLG 420 No Scope cereal, the breakfast of champions and diabetes. Ugh.
Oh my god.
Okay, who's doing that? I gotta bring up the page. Whose mic is going off?
Where the
That's
hell
our host. What are you doing, host?
I'm sorry, I had to leave for a second. I'm back now.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
How's that Mountain Dew?
Mute your mic, dude, when you go AFK.
And so, did you at least get the cool original Doritos? Also, the ranch flavor for the Americans listening?
Oh, ranch flavor. That stuff's gross.
Ah, man, they are the only ones I like. I'm sorry, I'm a filthy heretic. I'm sorry.
I'm still sour cream and onion.
Not on Doritos. Not on Doritos.
You
Oh,
really-
no, not on Doritos, no.
I don't know if they ever came to any other country, but does anybody ever remember the Doritos? Was it the AMs, the ones that taste like a cheeseburger or taste like nachos?
They were here. You know, they do this special for 6 months. You know, and then if they were popular, but they never became popular, they disappeared.
Man, back in college, I remember they had the huge bags of them, and I would I don't know, I'd go to some like pizza buffet and start shoving like things of pizza inside it and taking it back to the dorm. That's what those bags were good for. They were huge.
Yeah. Okay, back to Gamergate.
Yeah, let's go up to you on Doritos, yeah.
Fucking AD.
You know what? Sometimes I think the gaming journalist just trolling the gaming community because their arguments are really dumb.
Well, I think that's quite true because they want to get reactions, and then they want to use those reactions against us.
Reactions
Just
are
exactly
clickbait.
like Brianna Wu did with those memes. She pasted out a bunch of memes, a bunch of people
that
made
shit
memes
was so
back at her, and she got a
flagged.
bunch of mean tweets, and now, oh, look at me, I'm a victim. She's a Sarkeesian twin.
On top of that, they want to get clickbait out of it. I mean, what's going to get you more clickbait than a headline like "developer harassed over memes on Twitter"? You know, that's a hell of a headline, and you're going to get people clicking on it. And let's not forget that a lot of these places don't. It doesn't matter if you use ad block on them. A lot of these sites partner with programs that give you money based out on page hits rather than ads viewed, or even ads clicked on.
You store.
Oh, sorry.
You store.
So make sure you're using Privacy Badger as well as archive.today, please.
And do not
Apparently.
Yeah, this brings me to another point. How much money do you think the different people on the anti-Gamergate side have gotten just from people clicking links in the controversy?
Given how far down their Alexa rankings have gone, not as much as we think.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they all
the
took
Rock
their
Shotgun is completely crashed out to below 10,000 pages today at last check.
Damn.
Gamma Sutra is really in the
Slowly
industry.
spinning out of control on a lot of these sites. And Gamma Sutra, I last checked, was below 100,000, which is huge considering these people are getting 10 million hits a day.
Yeah.
It's like maybe insulting our consumer base wasn't the way to go.
So we are actually doing damage.
Oh God,
Oh, yeah.
Damage.
God,
We're
yeah.
doing damage.
And Intel pulling out was
that
was
was
a real big
amazing.
win for us.
Intel was a win because they decided to go neutral. They didn't take a.
They took the ads off. That's not quite going neutral. They're
I
not
think-
really picking a side, but
But they.
The point is, if there is a side that obviously goes against most of the consumers Intel are actively targeting their ads towards, and they talk shit about that community, it's obvious that the advertisers want to pull their ads from that site.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
even if this was a misogynistic hate movement, advertisers would start to pull out anyway because advertisers don't want to be involved in shit. This is just good business. If there's a controversy, no matter what side the page you're advertising is on, you step away because you don't want to be associated with it by proxy.
Yeah.
That's just good business, let alone. So
And
even
we
if,
got to
like,
keep the boycotts going.
And they get the laugh because have you guys seen the tweets that League Alexander did?
Oh, well, like trying to work out how to remove the Intel part from her.
Dude, I was
read that. It
everybody
was
like, what the
amazing.
fuck is wrong with this motherfucker, man? I was laughing.
And like right after they posted like, all these people thought I was serious.
Yeah, no, she wasn't serious, no.
I honestly
like
believe these
now.
people think they could take out their Intel processors and put AMD processor in their Intel sockets.
They were like, I would fucking troll her and say, yes, you open it with a fucking sledgehammer and then you put it.
While you're at it, delete 1630.
Put those pin together, bro.
But no, there was a great tweet I saw which put a brilliant mental image in my head after that, which was someone was saying they went to check out the anti-Gamergate camp the morning after, and they went to Starbucks, and there was a group of hipsters circling around a burning pile of MacBooks chanting a death chant to win, praising Lord AMD, and I just thought it was hilarious. So I'm just imagining them like setting the fire off with like a napkin stuffed into a PBR can.
Oh, dude, don't.
Oh, Trifex. We basically came to the conclusion that Intel pulled their ads because they didn't want to part in any side of the controversy. Not that they agreed with us.
Yeah,
Most
why
likely, yeah.
would they want to? They sell microchips. They're like, dude, we just sell microchips. We don't care.
Yeah.
They're a
for
Fortune
them.
500 company as well, and that's not a huge market. A huge part of their market is still gamers. I mean, how many gaming rigs do you know of that use i5s or i7s? So they're going to look at their market either way, and if they see there's a controversy, associated with gamers, they're likely going to do a bit of research. They're gonna obviously have to try and work out where people are pissed, and then they're going to pull out regardless.
Exactly. When was the last time you saw an X99 board on anything that was at your local, like, I don't know, office supply store? You're not.
Never.
Hell, even like little tiny netbooks that people use for business have got i3s in them nowadays.
I don't give a fuck.
If the,
I'm an AMD guy.
around here, it's more like, let's see, like an AMD, like with the A10, and if it's that, like an A6.
I can hardly remember the last time I saw a laptop with an AMD processor.
I saw one recently that was a pretty decent spec, and it was an A10 in it. It was the APU version with the extra onboard graphics on the processor as well as a 2 GB card. I remember being impressed with it, and then seeing the Intel version, the same laptop, and buying the Intel version instead. Well, no, it wasn't just that. It was that the AMD version of the laptop had DDR2 RAM, and the Intel one had DDR3, and there's just the
Right.
benchmark from the i7, which is so much better.
Was that
Right.
was that the FM2 or FM2 Plus board?
This was a laptop, so I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Whatever goes inside the laptop goes inside the laptop. It doesn't matter.
I'd like to give a shout out to Base Socks for retweeting our live stream. Socks is awesome.
She's great.
Yeah.
She was losing her shit yesterday in King of Pole stream though when that MSNB, well, just before the MSNB stuff, she was absolutely going nuts at Jim Sterling, and it was just great because she was on about like the elevator tweet where he was joking about feeling rapey from like 2011, and she was just going off, and she was great. She was great. I urge you to go look at the
I'll have to
archive.
see. I hope he uploads it or it's still up on his Hitbox because I want to check that out.
I hate Hitbox.
Yeah, I'm not too much for it either.
What's the issue about Hitbox?
It's nothing about it's the fact that the buffering. It's like when YouTube and Chrome are actually better than the buffering on Hitbox, there's a problem.
Yeah. I don't like it that you can't pause it. When I pause it and come back, it just resumes. So
Right.
like when I watched AI, I could pause it and then I'm 10 minutes behind, but at least I don't miss anything, or I could even go back and watch it right after.
But
Once
yeah,
you
sure.
miss a Hitbox stream, you
whenever
could
I
just
watch
delete it and it's
Poll-
gone or whatever.
Whenever I watch Poll, it's like he'll be talking and he'll be like, yeah, and there's then the, it's just it's really irritating.
And usually when I'm listening to Paul, I only hear Dick. Oh, my dick is this as and never. Oh, dude, come on, shut the fuck up. Go to fucking GamerGate. Speak about GamerGate, and then this guy and that guy, and oh, here's the whatever kid. Then he gets fucking friend zoned. Dude.
32 consecutive ads.
Yes. Fuck me.
Now, the problem with streaming is, though, you either go with Hitbox, or you go with Twitch, or you go with Google, and it's no matter which way you go, you're going to get fucked. You got Twitch has been at a delay, you got Hitbox's iffy problems, and you got Google, well, if I just say Google Plus, I think everyone's already internally cringing. So no matter where you go, you're going to get bent over the barrel.
Well, I've actually recorded a few to MP3 as some of the good stuff and put it up for people, because I know a few people that can't really stream even 360p that well. You know, they're out in the country with a really crap connection. Might as well be on a telephone modem.
Oh God.
And Microsoft wanted to go always online. Is it scary to think that Total Biscuit's totally right as well, that Adam Orth was fired for so much less than these journalists?
Yeah. People get fired in the industry all the time, or in different industries all the time because of the wrong thing they say, or just doing the slightest wrong thing and they're gone.
Well, Adam Orth generally was a butt, but it was just the things he said. Yeah, they were stupid and definitely worth losing his job over. I mean, no matter how you look at it, he damaged that brand almost irreplaceably for a while. And these journalists are doing exactly the same things to their brand, but they're being championed for it. And I don't get how they still have a job.
It's the people that hire them. The people that hire them, I think, have those ideologies they want pushed, and they hire the people that will push them.
Okay, like let's take that and then look at real journalism.
But that's a big difference.
Let's look at journalists.
The real journalism.
Okay, one at a time, guys. Let them finish.
That's a different thing. These guys are bloggers, man.
Don't give it that journalist bloggers bullshit. They're bloggers when they post an opinion piece, and journalists when they need a fucking backstage pass to E3. I'm sorry, no, they're journalists. But going back to my point, even in real journalism, let's look at Journalist, which was mostly a movement, a mailing group for journalists in the States who are the liberal side of the left side of things, right?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
They said stupid shit about the right side, and they got someone got fired, and a few other people were on huge pay dockings and whatnot. That is the real world. I'm sorry, no matter what your political ideologies are, if someone's fucked up, they fucked up.
Yeah.
Which is what really irks me of people about this. And there's someone like Stephen Trottillo, who I keep being told, right, is a really great guy, and is seriously caught in something. Sack the fuck up and fire these people, for fuck's sake. It's not hard.
And actually hire people with journalism degrees and not 2 years acting degrees or gender studies and degrees and.
Actually, I think Grayson might actually have a BA in journalism. But
I think Grayson does, but a lot of these people that work under him don't. And Lee Alexander is 2 years acting college in New York, and that Samantha Allen's got gender studies degree and linguistics, which is the perfect mix for spreading hate ideology.
Where was it that I was hearing?
The problem, people. It's not hard. It's seriously just you don't even have to do it face to face today. Just get rid of them, for crying out loud. If they've broken ethics and they violated company policy, which Patricia Hernandez and Nathan Grayson have done now, then there's more enough grounds to fire them. Done. For crying out loud. Would you like us to give you more concrete proof or something? Would you like us to literally sign the firing order for you? What do you want me to do, Stephen?
Dude,
where was it? Where was it that I was hearing about them talking about? Oh, it's somebody's job and someone's livelihood, and it's like, seriously, are you actually making that argument? I mean, you could make that same argument out in front of a Walmart, and people be like, so.
See, most of these people also write for other sites. I mean, a lot of them are also likely applying or also do part-time sites. I can see Patricia Hernandez being reshuffled in Gawker if she does quote-unquote get fired. I don't get proper firing. She'll probably go to Jezebel. As far as Nathan Grayson, I don't know.
Well, like,
it's not time to work elsewhere.
The two guys that H.R. Richards got fired. They did not seem to have the same level of concern about the well-being of them and their family.
That too.
They weren't part of the mob, so.
Plus, given the state of the newspaper industry, you'd think it'd be really easy to find replacement people that actually have journalism credentials.
But that's the thing. Lots of, for instance, where I live, I know lots of journalists. Okay, kids that came out of the college, and most of them they can get a fucking job anywhere. They go to work in offices and shit like that. As a journalist, nope, nothing to do.
A lot of them end up freelancing as well, just to try and, I guess, make a bit of extra money. But yeah, it's a sad truth. I mean, I've already mentioned that I do stuff in film. I freelance for things like corporate videos. That one I do, God no, I want to get into teaching. But you know, for the time being, it's not if I got to get my teaching degree. I've got to find a film teacher opening somewhere. So hey, you got to do what you got to do to make the ends meet.
I don't think they actually want anybody that does real journalism. They just want somebody that can actually make a sentence and take orders.
They gotta know SEO, buzzwords, and check trendy or something like that to know.
Oh, that's on the job training.
And, oh, here we go. Clickbait. Bingo.
On the job training. You need to know these words.
Yeah. The word of the week is this shit.
You've got to also learn how to brown nose in journalism. In real journalism as well, you've really got to learn how to brown nose.
But then again, clickbaiting isn't just a problem in the gaming press, though. It's a problem in all press. I think
Oh yeah.
half of every news article I read is some sort of 9 reasons why you shouldn't, or 10 things you didn't know about. Like, it's that shit all over the place. I've even seen clickbait articles about how to recognize clickbait articles. They've gone full circle.
Yeah, but
Eliminate misogyny in gaming with this one way.
Okay, one at a time,
that shit of the 7s, 8s, and 6s reasons, that shit started like 5 years ago when everybody decided that, oh, for SEO, search engine optimization, that shit is awesome, okay? Because on the fucking URL would show up 10, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, 10, number 1, I'm ahead. Poof. And everybody started doing that shit. But what's clickbait also?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well.
It's not just in inside journalism as well. There's a newspaper in the UK here called the Daily Mail, which infamously has the world's best and worst headlines at the same time. They're always something incredibly racist, sexist, homophobic. It's something stupid. I mean, I think there was a recent fake one that a lot of people fooled was like how Muslims are bringing Ebola carrying spiders and how you're going to pay for it. It's stupid stuff like that, and you read it. What?
Like, as Norwegian, the only thing I've heard about the Daily Mail is absolutely horrible things.
Oh yeah. They'll criticize on one article about what a woman's wearing and how she's not being a housewife and a mother, and the next one they have a picture of Kate Upton in a bikini.
Oh god.
It's like Gawker Media on steroids.
Oh boy.
Oh, I gotta love that shit.
Didn't Gawker Media have their own site blog thingy dedicated only to reviewing porn or something?
I haven't heard that one.
Hold on, Kama Sutra? Oh, oops, sorry.
Oh!
Burns.
Jesus. I should have brought some bread. I could make some toast off these burns.
And now everybody's searching for porn? Jesus, guys, come on. Get a grip.
You know what it is? This is the internet. I mean, the avenue supports anything. The internet is indeed for porn.
We have needs, man. Come on.
Internet for porn.
I think it was called Fleshbot or something.
That is hideous.
I'm tempted to Google this right now. Hang on.
I'm too Catholic for that.
Hang on. Fleshbot.
I don't think I'm Catholic enough for that.
Oh god.
right there. Fleshbot. First result on Google. Pure filth sex culture.
There you go. That's it.
Fleshbot.com. I am gonna put that through archive because Gawker sucks. But yeah, I'm gonna quickly check this out and I will report back. This is indeed a Gawker site. That's brilliant.
Report back in about 30 minutes.
15, depending on the day.
Okay, I found this.
Quick analysis.
Please mute your mic while frapping.
Yeah, this is a full-on porn site. There is also celebrity leaks. There is like Miley Cyrus's bum. So Gawker Media is literally, not only are they posting photos leaked from the fappening, it looks like, not only are they posting about porn, they're jerking off with the right hand and telling us we're misogynists and sexists for appreciating Bayonetta with the left.
What? Well, I just found the site, and as far as I can see, I don't see any like connection to Gawker Media. I'm not sure if it is anymore, but I am 100% sure it used to be, or at least I'm 99% sure it used to be Gawker Media.
Copyright SK Entertainment or Rights Reserve. I'm going to see if I can find anything on Wikipedia about it or anything like that. So, yeah, hang on. Fleshbot, find it on Wikipedia. Fleshbot is a sex-oriented weblog founded by Gawker Media. It launched in November 2003 as a third online title from Gawker. Blah, blah, blah. Previously edited by Lux Albatrum, and in February 2014, it was purchased by SK Entertainment.
Okay, so
it was founded by Gawker and was traded over.
Gawker made it, and they sold it?
Yes.
Does Gawker have a parent company?
Probably.
Yeah, they probably do. All companies have parent companies these days.
It might be worth a look and see if the parent company of Gawker owns the other company that bought it.
Yeah, that might be interesting. Maybe they just like pretended to sell it to like clean their image, I guess.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, a couple of years ago, there was an example on Gawker itself. Sorry.
Go ahead, sorry.
On Gawker itself, there was an issue with the Hulk Hogan sex tape, wherein they posted it, and a judge actually ordered them to take it down, and they've posted an article saying that they refused to. And this was on Gawker itself, not one of their subsidiary sites. And then this same company, a couple of years later, tells us that the Jennifer Lawrence leaks were horrible and misogynistic, and you're awful if you practically are even aware of them.
I didn't even know who Jennifer Lawrence was before they made this whole mess, honestly.
Heresy! No! Oh, sorry.
Oh, nice.
Dude.
It's a little weird, I must admit. When things like this happen, there's always like three ways they handle it. Either you completely ignore it, either you come out and say, "Oh, it's a horrible thing that happened to me, and I'm going to move on," which is what Jennifer Lawrence did. Or you own it and you do a Paris Hilton where you sell it and make a mint.
I don't understand why she didn't just ignore it, because when she comes out and basically says, if you've even seen it, I mean, I'm assuming this is what we're talking about here. If you've even seen it, and we talk.
I mean, she didn't actually say anything about people who've seen it. What she said was that the person who hacked and leaked these photos has committed a sex crime. She didn't say anything about anyone viewing it. I guess you can't really be held accountable, because I was messing around on 4chan's VP board, the Pokemon board. Every now and then there's a spoiled image, and just out of habit I click on them, and a whole bunch of them were just pictures from the happening.
Well, that's what she actually did say. She's like, anybody who saw it has committed a sex crime.
Oh, wow.
I don't think that's what she said. I think it was just
that is what she said, dude. I saw it on Fox.
Well, that's Fox, to be honest. They do tend to...
She said it well.
Fox.
She said it. I mean, it was coming from her lips.
Yeah.
I wasn't voluntarily washing it. I was like at the washateria or some shit. And I heard someone calling me like a misogynist, and I looked up and I was like, oh Jesus.
I like how we needed like an excuse for watching Fox.
I must admit, I never watch it around times of American elections just because they're so clueless. They're so clueless and they're so funny.
That's everybody who's clueless, not just Fox.
Birth certificates.
Actually, yeah, that's a thought. What happened to the equation of Gamergate being compared to the people who wanted to see Obama's birth certificate? You know, last night.
Fairness and everything. 9/11 truthers and birthers and we're just conspiracy theorists.
Fucking Martian.
I don't know if you knew this.
That's an easy way to marginalize us.
Exactly. They were successful in grouping those people together, and now they want to do Gamergate, which is far harder.
Yeah, because we are all of that and none of that, which is incredible.
Exactly.
So they're
really funny because by grouping us together like the way they've done, they've actually made us probably about 1,000 times stronger than we ever would have been.
Yeah, and I think they're just making us grow too.
Yeah, I think like most of what's keeping Gamergate together is probably just as much the community as it is ideology. I think.
But
I mean,
they're actually helping our image as well, because you're gonna have the younger kids going. They're in the 13s and 14 and 15. They're like, dude, Gamergate, get on that shit.
Look at this.
They just want to like have the image of Gamergate. I'm against the publications, man.
Yeah.
And
It's like I remember when all those articles about Anonymous, the hacktivist group, and like
Right.
after that I was at I'm probably no one has heard about it. It's called The Gathering. It's the world's second largest LAN party. It's second only to DreamHack in Sweden. But there was it was basically while I was there was like this train of like I don't know like 12, 13-year-old kids running around with Guy Fawkes masks, claiming to be anonymous. It was hilarious. Like it's exactly like the media condemned them like as like hackers, and all the kids was like, "Oh wow, I want to be a cool anonymous hacker."
They want to be in that early in the bike suit.
And I think that like it might happen if this goes viral. Like we will get like a ton of kids person. Wow, fuck the media. I want to be Gamergate.
Hashtag YOLO, hashtag swag, hashtag Gamergate 420
Is that like that? Is that like that meme? It's like, oh, someone left their Facebook open. I'm a hacker now.
Oh. Oh, that like I remember that from like high school and stuff. Girls thinking that they got hacked when someone like when they left their PC open like after class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy who, if I go into like a store and I'm mucking around with a demo unit and someone's themselves logged in on Facebook, I am the kind guy who politely puts on their Facebook as a message like, you left this logged in at this store, don't do it again, and then sign out for them. There are generally some pretty nasty people out there, and if you leave it open, then
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Every time I go out with my wife and I go to a supermarket or something like that where they have the computers, she always tells me, no, don't, because I always go there and fuck with that shit just when the guy.
Don't log in. Just muck around, have a little browse around, muck around some HTML file or whatever. Just don't log into your social media accounts, because Jesus, the amount of stories you hear about people who do that, leave themselves logged in, and then someone goes to their Facebook messages and hey press says naked photos of them or their partner, which then gets spread around. It just don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not smart.
No,
It's horrible.
It's up there with making your password.
Oh, did anyone see that
Yes,
video?
yeah.
I think it was Fox on the whole fattening thing.
CNN, man, change the S's of passwords for the
Dollar signs. Oh, was it CNN?
Perfect. I did a memo in my company. Everybody does this shit from now on. Jesus.
Well, I posted in the group chat here. The boss in the stream chat gave us a link to the Gawker parent company. If anybody wants to have a look at it.
Oh, UBM. Yeah, they're losing lots of money. I've checked.
UBM?
Yeah.
Oh, apparently it was Gamasutra, not Gawker.
Oh, they're based here. They're based here. Oh, hang on a second. I'll look in a sec now.
Thanks, boss.
Oh, we have a whole 28 watchers now.
Oh, that's
With
our
the
first
group
stream,
background.
man. Like I've seen
No.
first people streams only hit 7 people. I've seen streamers that have been on since
No,
Gamergate started and
I
not
think-
hit that many people.
I think it's great. It was only like I didn't even notice we passed 20 and now we're at 28. So
Yeah, we got a good boost from when Socks retweeted us out there.
yeah, that's probably it. Also, we got nice boots that start from Senpai.
I would retweet us, but all 5 of those people are like, probably not on.
They're us looking at our own page.
Yeah, like I don't have a lot of leverage for my Twitter profile or whatever. My online identity doesn't really reach a lot of people. So what I just did, I went to I looked at my followers and saw like who in my followers that had like some sort of leverage,
Yeah,
I guess.
More followers, yeah.
Yep, and I just sent them DMs. Basically.
Well, it's the first stream, guys. Like, it's going to take a while to come along. So
Yeah, sure.
if people like what they hear, they'll subscribe and they'll come back and they'll come into the Steam group and get the announcement when we're starting one up.
Yeah, of course. And I'd probably be less awkward after a couple streams too.
Yeah. Everybody's going to be like that. You'll get good. I'm glad everybody's mic is working good because I've heard some really bad mic connections and.
Dude, this mic I'm using is actually half my age. It is literally 15 years old.
And it sounds awesome.
My mic is utter shit. It's like my mic broke, so my friend gave me his old half broken like SteelSeries Siberia headset.
Yours is a little tinny, but it's I can understand you just perfect.
It's basically a broken like SteelSeries headset. The mic is still working, but like the speakers aren't.
Oh yeah, I get it.
So I have a headset on, and I have the like SteelSeries thing around my neck with a mic.
Yeah, whatever works, that works.
My setup sucks because I've got either little bitty like 1-inch computer speakers or 15-inch Yamahas. I mean, it doesn't work very well either way.
I'm using the integrated microphone on my fucking laptop.
Yeah, that we can hear.
You're the one.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Shimon, we love you either way.
I'm using a Corsair headset, so.
That sounds good too.
The Corsair headsets are actually really good. I have one, but it's broken now.
Oh, dude, this shit has.
Hey, I'm back.
years
Sorry.
old now.
I feel like I have never owned like a gaming headset that doesn't break.
God, no. I'm glad nobody said Turtle Beach around here.
These Corsairs are the first ones that I haven't broke in 1 year.
The only headset
You haven't broken them yet.
The only headset like quote unquote
jinx
sport,
it.
like
Jesus.
that one.
I'm sorry. Now it's jinxed though.
So the only headset that wasn't boxed one was the wireless one for 360 and the chat headset, and that's actually been okay. As far as like Elite Pro Twaddle Weeches, I've never bought anything like that. My brother has though. He's gone through like 4 pairs of the same Turtle Beaches before he just recently got a pair of those Mad Catch Tritons, and apparently they're holding up a lot better. But I've never bought a gaming headset like that.
Not going to replace my Corsairs unless it's for another Corsairs.
I don't use gaming
I'm a
headsets. I use Pro.
I got a normal set of headphones plugged into my stereo because my computer is hooked into my stereo system. And then I just got a clip-on mic I picked up for $1 at the used store. And apparently it sounds pretty good. So.
You have one dude. I think it's one guy.
Oh, I got a message from a guy who was contemplating getting on earlier, but he had to leave for a couple of hours, and he asked if he can come on now, if no one minds.
Yeah, sure.
Tits.
We got up to 10 people, so once we get up to 10, then we got to start asking some people to leave if other people want in.
Yeah, sure. Hold on. I'll just find the link again.
And I won't mind being the first one to jump out if we get more than 10.
Nah, I can leave.
As long as we got one moderator here from the group.
Yeah, that is if you want to trust me, though.
Oh, yeah. You're doing really good, buddy.
Oh, Jesus, we're in the house now.
And I'm also looking for other managers I can add to the page if anybody else wants to, because I'm sure...
Wait, how many are we now in this stream?
Well, from the images I can count.
Oh, I got another one again from Steam.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 7?
Yeah, sure. Okay, then we can have two more.
Yeah.
It should go. Either way, where are we now? We are at the
3, 4, 6, 8, yeah.
2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, we're going to try and keep the streams around 4 hours because that's the max that will save on YouTube.
Yeah, so we'll try to end them before the 4-hour mark.
But it's not a requirement. If it's a good stream going, don't worry.
Either we keep the stream going or we can just quit it and make like a part 2 stream.
Yeah.
I gotta leave soon because it's already like 2:20 around.
So I'm looking at the UBM website, the parent company of Gorka, and like most of the links don't even work. I'm trying to find out who they're a subsidiary of, and I click on like their history link, nothing. I click on go to investors, shareholder information, doesn't work at all. nothing works here. This is like the worst website I've seen.
It's Gawker though. What did you expect?
Well, Wikipedia is kind of a community-driven thing, right? Like, do that UBM not have their own site to go to?
They do. It's ubm.com and it doesn't work.
Well,
okay.
Was it the Wikipedia page, or was it the UBM page you were talking about not working?
ubm.com. I'll put a link in your group chat.
No, I found it from the Wikipedia page.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not either. It's not working for me, or it doesn't like my browser, or something like that.
Is it like you have like JavaScript turned off or something?
No, I've got Java turned on. I'm using Opera Next, so I can't think of why it would hate it.
Opera, what?
That's why.
I just took the history page, and there's not a lot there, but there's a bit.
I'm gonna try using it in Chrome or something as quickly.
Yeah, go with Chrome, man. With Chrome.
That works.
Yeah, it seems to be working for me. As soon as I can find the history, I got about investors.
It's not peachy, but it works.
It's taking an age to load.
Oh yeah, it came up for me.
There it is. Okay, let's just try going to UBM history, and then that works. Okay, this isn't like Opera for whatever reason.
I think you can. I think users can actually bring it up. Like if you're reading something, you can bring it up. You can scroll to the left with your mouse in the group thing, in the group window, and bring up show the. Hang on, where is it? The green one, screen share.
Okay.
And then instead of your round icon being there while you talk, it'll be the screen that you're showing. You can pick the Google Chrome window.
Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's quickly click on the UBM thing again so you can see. And please ignore the fact I have 1,000 tabs. When you're in the middle of the process of immigration, you kind of get busy.
Well, I see a spinning wheel and an empty screen. Oh, there we go.
Yes, this is what happens on Opera. I go there and I click on something, UBM history. I'm clicking.
Yeah, I like my Chrome, and plus I got a really good internet connection.
Opera and Chrome are basically the same thing.
Well, Opera Next is basically. But as far as internet connection goes, hang on, because it can't be that bad today.
How the fuck do we put that shit on the
I guess I should push
there you go.
Opera, being like fellow Norwegians and all.
I mean, like my internet's fine. As we can...
How much porn can one guy open on Firefox?
Oh, I'm jealous of your internet connection.
This is the one advantage of being based in the south coast of England for the time being. The one advantage.
Devin.
Oh, did you just dox yourself showing your location?
Oh shit!
My name is Adam Best. I live in
Your IP is there. Your IP is there.
S453 PB. Come the fuck at me.
Oh boy.
Oh dude, let's go shopping.
Come the literal fuck at me.
Time to download low orbit IronCAN and become a pro hacker.
You know, no, I've already had a death threat. I've already had racist comments. I've already had anti-immigration comments. Fuck it, you know, fucking come at me. At this point, I don't care. Fuck you.
Oh come on, we're gamers. We've been hearing that stuff since we got microphone and headsets.
Exactly. Oh, for fuck's sake! I recently got Titanfall, and I mean, I just mute everyone in the lobby.
Oh, I remember. There was a couple years back when all my friends got PS3s and played Call of Duty there, and that was literally all my either playing Call of Duty on PS3 or you weren't playing with them. And the amount of shit that was on the voice chat there was absolutely amazing.
I mean, I play GT Online a lot with my fiance, and we just giggle because there's so many people who will just leave their headsets on and act like idiots. Like we've had people in the strip club flirting with the strippers to get the phone numbers, forgetting that everyone could hear what they're saying.
Amazing.
So there's nothing greater than hearing a 14-year-old going, "Yeah, baby, shake that thing."
Oh boy.
I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh, we have gotten someone in the stream. Defertas, please introduce yourself.
Well, can you guys hear me?
Yep,
Yeah.
we'll hear you.
Oh, hello, Ron. I'm Defertos. I'm, let's just say, a pretender indie developer of video games currently.
Okay.
Pretender, as in I don't have anything concrete to show yet.
So what brought you to GamerGate?
Well, I've been well, let's just say I've been a long time 4chan user and otherwise active person on the internet, and yeah, I've seen this whole thing from the ground zero, the first ever misogyny stuff that started happening in the gaming community and such. And I was also there at the ground zero when the whole GamerGate started.
In
and
4chan.
And of course, I was one of the people banned from 4chan for posting about GamerGate. Yeah.
So you're on to 8chan now? Or Infinite Chan?
Yeah, I'm there, watching, posting, and so on.
So the furthers, I just want to admit that I instantly recognized your profile photo on Steam as Remilia's Eye.
Yeah. I know, well, props to you, you have good taste in music. But yeah. Also, I kinda had to mute the stream for a while while setting this up. So, what was the current discussion?
I have no idea. I am like halfway asleep right now, so I suck at paying attention, like even more than I usually do.
But yeah, I can actually give some light info because I've talked with some people who currently work in the video game industry here on the country I live, which
sure, go ahead.
Not disclose. But anyways, and I talked with someone who was really believing into what Anita Sarkeesian says and so on, and she actually told me a story about her co-worker that works at a slightly famous video game company, I won't say which, and there was this case that there was some art being made by certain artists of the company, and the friend, who was also an artist there and a female, told the people in charge that this thing is not good enough, we cannot publish it like that, and then people dismissed her claim as yeah, sure, nodding, and then the boss actually went to talk with the male artist, one of the other male artists there saying, man, that girl artist, she sure is difficult, huh? And other stuff like that. There is actual misogyny happening in the gaming industry, but that's actually done by the bosses, the shitty bosses currently in the industry. Those guys are not gamers at all. So currently, there is some real problems in video game communities about some guys not listening to the women who work there. But currently, and the main reason many of those girls who are victims of this are actually listening to Sarkeesian is because they don't really have any other outlet currently.
I see.
Well, I can definitely believe that there is some there, but yeah, you cannot put that on all developers and all gamers.
No, definitely not.
They should be dealing with these people as individuals, not as groups of people. Because a certain colored skinned person stole my bike, I don't label the whole colored community thieves and stuff, right? You deal with that individual and that individual alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did mention about that please don't lump everyone with that guy, because, well, let's just say many people have claimed gamers are misogynistic and so on, but I told that I'm a gamer. I've been a gamer for years, many years now. I started with the Commodore 64. So yeah,
that's pretty old. Yep.
Yeah, so I've been gamer since then, most likely, and I'm not a misogynist or anything. I'm pretty fair because, to be honest, the only thing that really matters in gaming is how good you game. Your gender, sexuality, and everything is completely irrelevant.
Damn right.
Let me quote Hot Wheels. Here, everyone is equal behind the keyboard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and behind the controller as well.
Well, I think the younger kids are more equal than I am. I don't have them reflexes anymore.
That's about playing fighting games. I'm at the point in my life where I'm starting to notice my reflexes starting to dim a little bit.
Yeah.
And one day you can hit that one frame link. The next day, no matter how hard you try, you realize you're just getting old.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing. I felt like I've been getting better.
Get off my lawn.
Maybe you're just getting bad.
There's this joke like in Street Fighter that all the old men flock to Ryu, and as I'm starting to get to the point where my reflexes are starting to dim, I understand why. Like, throw fireballs and please don't come near me, please.
Speaking of fighting games, I have never been one to like. I find fighting games as like really fun, like party games to play when you have like friends over. But I don't really play that much of fighting games alone, and like whenever I have like friends over for playing fighting games, there's always that one guy that plays fighting games alone in his spare time that like knows all the combos and kicks everyone's ass, and then no one wants to play with him.
I'm sadly that guy.
Yeah, I have a friend like that as well. For instance, I do enjoy being beaten up by him because that's really enlightening to see just how bad you are and how much you could actually improve if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Well,
That's one thing. If you get beaten up by a game, you should thank the guy who beat you up because then you know how good you can actually get.
Oh yeah, that's the thing with
you'll have to go.
with online competition is you don't avoid the people that are really good. The only way you get good is by engaging. When I first started in Battlefield, I didn't bother with the guys that were just kind of like me. I went always after the guys that always killed me, and I kept going after them and going after them until I finally started killing them, and then I started killing them a lot, and then I got invited to a squad.
Awesome.
With there's definitely a steeper learning curve for fighting games though, because a lot of it is a lot of it's like unlike Battlefield where you're kind of more. I guess there's definitely a more element of luck in it, and things like Battlefield and Call of Duty, where I guess things like terrain or just being able to hide, or even the firepower of your weapon, will have a huge amount of influence. With fighting games, it's kind of more. There's a much deeper learning curve because if you fuck up, there's no way of like running away or hiding somewhere. You've got to take that punishment. You can't get around it, and that's what puts a lot of people off.
What I find happening when I play fighting games, especially against people who know fighting games, is that I can't like break the attacks. Once I get hit, I get like a mini-stun until the next hit, and then I get mini-stun until the next hit. I know there are ways out of it, but I just can't for the love of me find it.
The old trick my friends do now is they look up matchups. They look up like which character is supposed to beat what character, and start messing with me that way. I mostly play Street Fighter, and my character is Cammy. Someone's about to call me a tier whore in the comments. I just know it. I've been playing it since 2009. Get off my dick. Her worst matchup has always been Balrog, and I think my friends have found this out, and so the bunch of them have been trying to Balrog. This is just my absolute demon. Is this freaking boxer that looks like Mike Tyson? Ugh. I don't want to think about it. It's just that bad of a matchup.
I guess I'm the oddball here. I like the Gears of War and like games like Fallout. Fallout 3.
Okay. I was going to ask which Fallout.
I'm a first-person shooter fan. I love the Battlefield, the early ones. Battlefield 1942. I spent hours and hours playing multiplayer in there.
Did someone ever play the what was it called, like Desert Combat or whatever mod for Battlefield 1942?
That was an excellent mod. Yeah.
That was great. That was I miss those days.
And then I went to like Left 4 Dead, and then just recently I'm into Metro Last Light and the BioShock series, and I just love those first-person shooter. Get immersed in those worlds.
Yes.
Like I like so many games, I don't even know where to start. It's like different experiences in all the games. It depends on what I want to play.
Portal 2, that just blew my mind for the inventiveness of that game.
Yeah, Portal 2 was really good.
And designed by a woman, and playing as a woman. It didn't bother me whatsoever. I thought it was an awesome game. I didn't care who designed it.
Wasn't someone complaining about like Portal being too hard for women or something? Which is like a sexist claim in itself, because that claims like women can't play as hard games as men.
Yeah.
Have you ever like Mirror's Edge? She went to like the studio where they're developing Mirror's Edge 2, and like they had her input on it, and I believe she made comments along the lines of that the control scheme was too difficult for women to understand, and I'm thinking like that's actually really sexist.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, wow, that's retarded.
But there's a reason for that. If you check her video, you know that one that I'm going to create these shitty videos we've been seeing. One of them, she's playing the fucking Xbox with the controller unplugged.
I heard
she's just getting a video clip scene, right? But she's using other people's Let's Play footage.
Yeah. No.
Has anybody ever actually heard anybody say something as stupid as like, "Oh, that was developed by a woman. I won't play it."
Yeah, right.
I never heard that. I remember almost like the opposite thing. Everyone here who's like a fan of Nintendo would probably know like that huge shitstorm that came after Metroid Other M was released.
What were the talking Samus?
Yeah, well, it's not that Samus was talking that was the big issue. No one really seemed to mind. The issue was that like Samus was portrayed as like a pussy that like relied on like
I
literally
remember that.
everyone else.
Let's just look at this character, right? This is a character who's had her family killed in front of her by pirates, dedicated her entire life to fucking revenge. Suffers from PTSD. You're telling me she's not going to have a few moments or not going to have a pretty nasty internal conflict in which she's going to be scared a lot? I mean, come on, for crying out loud.
Huh?
I was saying that she acts like a pussy is kind of stupid because this is a character who's got so much mental crap going on. From having, seeing her parents killed, from all this stuff. It's like, come on. Of course she's going to have, like, moments where she's not the greatest person in the world.
No,
we have it,
yeah. The
Yeah.
issue with,
Sorry.
well, the issue that people were having was basically that people got really upset that Samus was like portrayed as weak in Other M, as opposed to like being extremely badass in every other Metroid game.
Wasn't
Oh, yeah.
Other M also like a prequel, so it's like how she became the bounty hunter.
Yeah, I guess, but like it's sort of like when everyone wants to paint like gamers as misogynists and with all these like tropes that women are like the princess trope or whatever. I haven't really watched all of Feminist Frequency's videos.
I've never watched one. I just watched Thunderfoot's.
But either way, like
my IQ dropped 10 points, and I said enough. See
but
you.
the point was that the gaming community literally went apeshit because they portrayed the women as like weak in the Metroid Other M.
So
Was it the whole gaming community?
There were far more people that went apeshit on Metroid Other M than liked it, but it was also because the controller scheme was kind of weird. It was like side-scrolling at some points, and you could like aim and shoot like in first person at some points. Like
actually, I have the game, and I can safely say Metroid Other M, as a game, it was pretty damn bad. The design choices made on that game were absolutely horrible. For example, the shooting missiles. The only way you could do that is turn into first-person mode, where you need to stand absolutely still, aim, and shoot a missile. That is the only way to shoot missiles, and you need to shoot missiles at each of every boss. So they kind of shoehorned it on each and every boss fight, that the boss suddenly stops and just stares at you for like 20-30 seconds, so you have time to shoot one missile. And also,
who made Other M? Was it Team Ninja?
it was Team Ninja, yeah. This was shortly after there was like a mass exodus from that studio when I've forgotten what the story is, but I believe someone who'd been there for a very long time was fired on some cockamamie charges, and a whole bunch of people quit in protest.
Okay, yeah, because Other M was bad for a lot of reasons, but I remember there was at least a huge controversy regarding that, like Samus was portrayed as weak.
Yeah,
See, I don't
also,
get that because we've had Tomb Raider recently, which is really good, but for like the first like few hours of Tomb Raider, Lara Croft is really quite weak, and she's got no clue what the hell to do. She's basically relying on what she's been told by. I'm trying to remember the character, the guy who has been like her mentor, and even then it like takes her like a good 15 minutes for it to kick in before she really can fly.
Isn't the latest Tomb Raider sort of like the first one though?
Yeah.
Guys.
The issue I had with the new Tomb Raider game, I stopped playing it because it was the first game that realized that my 680 could no longer run all games at Ultra at a decent frame rate.
Sorry. I played it on console because I played it on console because I'm a peasant.
Sorry to interrupt, so just for a second, this shit is GamerGate related. Games.
Yeah, sure, we're going off topic.
Sure,
Yeah.
No. Get back to games. We're gamers. We're here to talk about
Yeah,
games.
I'm happy with GamerGate or anything basically gamer culture.
No, it's just a warning that
the latest.
sorry, it's that Vice is releasing a new clickbait, and one of the titles they have on it, does someone have to die before GamerGate calms down?
Oh wow!
Oh boy!
Really?
Oh
Can you
boy!
archive that so we don't have people clicking on it? I'll post it in the
It's on
description.
Webcast.
Yeah, do.
I'll post it.
I hate to even acknowledge this, but this is really bringing up the thought in my mind of a few weeks ago. there was an independent developer who committed suicide. She put a suicide note public up on Facebook, and in there's no mention of Gamergate, but of course the other side tried to tie it to us. And this is what this is bringing up, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, are we bringing this up again? It is the fucking lowest form of low to use someone else's suffering and suicide against your opponent. Sorry,
yeah, but they're going to keep going on that shit. These guys are late on in the loop, so that's why they're releasing this shit.
Actually, I saw some tweets related to that person who committed suicide. Actually, quite few people blamed Gamergate for that, but actually many people of them actually for like few minutes, like 5, 10, 15 minutes after, actually apologized for that, because let's be completely honest here, Gamergate is a pretty big event, but it won't drive anyone to suicide. Most likely the reasons for that suicide were rooted much deeper and much earlier than Gamergate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard that the depression was going on long before Gamergate.
Yeah, but of course they were going to try and pin it on us because that's what they do.
Dude, yeah. It's a developer kills himself, Gamergate. There you go, Gamergate. Oh, my car doesn't start in the morning, Gamergate.
I'm out of Cheerios and haven't got a balanced breakfast.
My dog just pooed on the living room. Fuck Gamergate. You know?
They would just invent like a new meme or something.
Oh, dude, no, because or else someone will get out of their houses and open a Patreon account. No. No way. Hey, enough of that shit. We already have 3 months. No.
Well, of course, that kind of sucks, because Patreon has been kind of ruined by this. It started off as a good idea. Let's be honest. I mean, let's say you follow a YouTube person and you want to support them making their content. That's what it's great for. But it's just been completely ruined by these people who have got no idea actually doing.
Why can't we? What's it called? It's a bit of the same idea, but when you like flatter. Have anyone used Flatter?
No. I haven't, no.
It's basically it's like the Facebook like button that you can like put on your like page or YouTube or whatever. And basically, when you have a Flatter account, you put in like your monthly budget on the Flatter account, saying that you want to like Flatter for like let's say $15 a month. And then you can like during that month you can, if you see something interesting, you can like click the Flatter button, which is sort of like, and at the end of each month, everything you have flattered that month will get an equal share of your monthly budget.
Okay, that sounds okay.
Guys, I don't know if you saw this or not, but did you see this part in this article where they actually compare a review by RPGFan.com to a review by one user on Metacritic? It says, by a Metacritic user, Real Gamer 101.
Okay, that's what you mean.
I'm reading this.
Where is this?
This is the article that was just put up on...
the Vice article?
Yes.
Oh, I have to read this shit.
It says Brianna Wu is a developer and a writer who's penned pieces on the gender imbalance in modern video game and the harassment women in the industry continue to receive as part of their daily business. She heads up the small studio Space Cat.
Yeah.
Makers of Revolution 60, a mobile game received as both a most triumphant
oh my penis
by RPGFan.com, an entire website, and a bland, uninteresting feminism circle jerk about Metacritic user Real Game 101.
Just a second, okay? I'm going to open the window and jump
They are literally comparing it to like saying, yeah, Polygon rates it a 10 out of 10, and that guy over on the left rates it a 5.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the comment afterwards. It goes, I'm guessing that's not his real name. No shit. And there's no guesswork required as to the poster's sex. Well, actually, you know, a woman could have posted that too. There is that you've done no actual looking into this guy, if he's a man or woman.
Don't you know
that's kind of a stupid
This name smells like crap because Real Gamer 101. Come on,
Yeah. It's all the sort of thing. Let's not forget, men and women can troll here. Men and women can make stupid account names like XX Pussy Destroyer 75, XX. go into a Call of Duty lobby and act like a fucking moron. That is not a gender exclusive privilege.
Nah, okay, I already understand it, man. I'm reading his critique.
Hey, here's a good comment from I know I'm gonna butcher his name. Neek1. Tomb Raider was about overcoming weakness. Other M was wallowing in it.
Exactly. The one thing on the other
Sorry,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you go, I insist.
Well, on the other the story was, well, practically it kept wallowing on that weakness, so to speak, because every now and then someone would just suddenly break down and go about the baby, because this actually is not it's not a prologue. It takes after, if I remember correctly, Super Metroid. I could be wrong here. Somebody correct me, but it takes part of the after that, because story-wise, the baby Metroid saved Samus's life there at the end, and died for it. And then a whole other is Samus crying about that, about almost the whole story.
Was it? I thought, but they might have changed that because there's a while since I last played Metroid games. But wasn't Fusion right after Super Metroid?
I'm not sure.
Fusion is the latest one in the time scale, if I remember correctly.
Guys, listen. Have you seen the Giant Bomb article from last night? The MSNBC interview. After a couple of hours, they posted an article covering Brianna Wu's harassment.
Well, it's probably going to say the same stuff as as everything else is saying, right?
Yeah, but they were neutral till now. IGN is the only one who tries to stay neutral.
Oh god, that's a fucking horrible thought. The only place that is truly neutral and that we can like truly ever
It's IGN.
Fucking IGN. You're right.
Neutral in they don't want in this sort of things. I mean,
they don't want to have anything to do with either side of GamerGaters.
Yes, they don't cover anything, and I'm okay with that, honestly.
I think it's okay. Actually, it's far better than what a lot of the other sites are doing.
Atop that, IGN has the most page hits out of any other gaming site, and has definitely the most internet ad revenue going to them. So they're likely going to stay out of it regardless, because they don't want their ad revenue to go up or down.
Yep.
They don't. Let's say. Let me rephrase that. They don't want their ad revenue to go down. They definitely want to go up.
Yeah.
Well, up is always good, but yeah, they are probably going to stay out of it for the sake of controversy.
Yeah, probably.
Did Eric Kane just posted a new article on Forbes?
Forbes.
I'm checking.
I heard there was another one on Forbes, but it wasn't by Eric Kane. Somebody posted that in the Steam chat.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Okay.
When was the issue written? Nah.
Huh.
I heard something about the Google web cache still giving them ad revenue somehow. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Or that it still boosted their page in Google search results, I think.
So I guess we should all be using Archive then.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And I know Do Not Link isn't the greatest for stopping that.
Huh?
Do Not Link isn't the greatest for stopping them from still getting their ad revenue, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, archiving is the best. Archive today. Share that link.
How can you hate your consumers this much?
Well, they figure that we're not their consumers.
Yeah.
That's what I've
heard.
heard.
Intel buggered up with the money as well.
Why are
Oh yeah, well, gamers are dead.
That's going down.
Bye.
Here's the big crux of the problem. If they're trying to like push men out of gaming and make it more hospitable for women, what's that going to do for hardware?
I'm not going to say anything because it's going to be.
The whole point is that I'm not bashing women at all. I'm just saying men are typically the ones who are more concerned with hardware. That's our nature.
Well, what?
Really, man? Listen,
Something I think that I think it's all about like the attitude of the gamer. There are like people saying that games like need to be easier to appeal to girls. No, they just appeal to a different audience. There are girls that play hardcore games.
Mm.
They most definitely are, and they are hardcore gamers.
I mean, in terms of like things like hardware, actually, one of the biggest hardware snobs I know is a girl. But in terms of things like that, honestly, you can have a game that appeals to them. It's fine. I mean, it's like the film industry, right? The film industry will happily pump out 1,001 action films a year. They'll also throw out a few films that are meant for a different audience, that are meant, you know, be it an art film, be it a film with a social message, whatever. They understand that there's an important need for both, and a lot of the people on their side don't understand that you need both. You can't just have a politicized message forced into every single game. That doesn't work. You've got to have games that are just mindless fun, and then you've also got to have games that will make you think. I mean, if every single game was Gone Home, I'd probably not be into gaming. That said, if every single game was a mindless shooter fest like Colonial Marines, I'd probably kill myself. Because Colonial Marines almost killed my fandom. Damn you, damn you, Gearbox. But yeah, you've got to have both, and that's the thing that these people don't really seem to get, is that there is a time where you can appreciate the AAA big budget shooter, and there is a time you can appreciate the small budget, politicized indie game. You just need to understand that they appeal to different people. And sure, it's frustrating that your indie game isn't getting the same money as things like Call of Duty, but that's to be expected. Unless you're like Super Meat Boy, you're not going to get the massive promotion behind you. I mean, that game had Microsoft behind it, for crying out loud. You're not going to get that overnight. You can't just expect things like Depression Quest to sail through the sky because it was made by an independent woman. You've got to be able to understand that, yeah, it's not going to appeal to everyone.
Well, with Depression Quest, I feel that it was really pushed with too much of a message behind it. It's like what was that old Full House, like this moral of the story type bullshit. And I think that actually it could have done possibly well. You see, I'm actually a more story-driven like gamer. I loved when Alan Wake came out, and everybody else was like, "What the hell is this shit?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's awesome." That's what I had thought. And a lot of females, at least gamers that I know that are female, like more story-driven games, and that's okay, such as long as the gameplay element is not ignored.
I mean, like I've heard the criticism of Gone Home to be a walking simulator. I've not played it, but
on the chat.
Sorry? Was I talking over someone? Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mel. Sorry, but there's something really important in the chat.
Important.
Big lol.
Yes.
Big lol. Oh, what's this? Ew!
Oh, dude.
What is that?
It's a blobfish.
Oh my god! That looks like Tina from Bob's Burgers, like put through a blender. Oh my god!
Okay, who is suffocating?
I made this great
Dark, breathe.
Oh god.
I've been derailed by a freaking fish.
It's like my grandmother with purple hair!
Now I'm like the indie felt.
Oh god.
Oh god, in the stream, sorry. But we want something that is fucking elaborate.
You literally just derailed the entire stream. God damn it.
Why did you want to click?
We need to link this in the YouTube chat as well.
That shit is on Twitter, but oh god.
Yeah, but they need to know what we're laughing at. Actually, I'm going to link it in the GamerGate Steam chat as well.
Thank you.
Dude, that shit is fucking gross.
You are all a terrible influence on me, I'm just letting you know now.
Oh, man.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, just going back to my point, you can have these AAA games, you can have mindless games, you can have games that want to make a point. It's okay to have both. Just don't try and... A huge thing that always happens is when you try and shoehorn a message into a film, game, whatever, and it just comes off either being cheap or just stupid, or you can tell when it's been shoehorned in immediately and it just ruins the experience for you.
Right, when you do it for the experience of someone else, like you lower the difficulty level, it's like shoving all different players into one box. it
I mean,
doesn't work.
that's the issue. I mean, and if we'll take a look at, let's look at the film world and let's have a look at films that have had like messages shoehorned at the last second, right? Let's go with something like, off the top of my head, like the remake of The Omen, which tried this really weird subplot about Anglo-US relations. It was just nonsense, right? And let's take something like American Psycho, and the whole point of American Psycho is there is no point. There is no point in just wallowing in yourself. You've got to either get help or you've got to deal with your own demons. You cannot. There is no point in just wallowing. And that's great. That's great. There is no point. And they're two very different films, aimed for two very different markets that did very well in their own markets because they knew what they were looking for. They knew what they were appealing for.
The only point I get out of American Psycho is if you have golden fonts on your business cards, don't brag about it.
Oh my god! It even has a watermark.
Is that the movie where the guy was like talking about how to wash your skin at the beginning of the movie?
Yes, yes. It's the movie about Batman.
Is it wrong I consider Milo our Patrick Bateman?
I kind of see where you're coming from.
I mean,
Did anybody see a picture of him looking like Cowboy Bebop?
I kind of like how Christian Bale is both Bateman and Batman.
Batman, yeah. One letter removed, a whole world of difference.
Same actor though.
Indeed. But yeah, for a while I thought he was like our Judge Dredd, because, Milo is quite a right-wing guy, and obviously the character of Judge Joseph Dredd is very right-wing, but then I saw the picture and I'm like, you're too fabulous to be Judge Dredd. You are our Patrick Bateman. Just don't let him near ATMs, okay? He's gonna take your cap.
Milo, is he like British right or American right?
He's British conservative. He's a Thatcherite.
Okay, so he's a liberal over here.
Somewhere in the middle.
Bad joke. Ignore it.
Somewhere in the middle. I mean, I don't know. American politics frustrate me.
Yeah, me too.
Because I have lots of places to place everyone. It's really crazy compared
But
to.
at least most other places have a multi-party system, and we do not.
Yeah, you have two parties. We have one party pretending to be two parties.
I'll have to cut you off here to introduce Expand Dong to the stream. Welcome, Expand Dong.
Hey,
It's No Scope, isn't it?
yeah, it's me.
How's it going, No Scope?
Doing pretty good.
Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what brought you to GamerGate?
Right. Well, there's not much to me in the first place. I'm just a guy who plays video games, enjoys stuff, anime, etc., etc. And naturally, I just came across GamerGate, like, around the time it just happened on 4chan's V. I hadn't read Aaron's entire blog post about Zoe Quinn and Depression Quest and all that, but I do know the gist of that blog. And pretty much I just have a strong feeling that shit's going on in the game industry, game journalism, and that the spark and that little explosive barrel is just going to blow everything up.
And we have yet another person in our stream. I welcome Rebel. Please tell us a bit about yourself. Why did you become interested in GamerGate?
Oh, why did I become interested in GamerGate? At first it was just curiosity. I was just looking around, and I thought GamerGate. I thought it was very interesting, and then I was on the sidelines, and then the hypocrisy, the anti-gamers slowly just roped me. The anti-GamerGaters slowly roped me more and more in until it's just now blood boiling rage. Like, you people are all the people that come out and sort of post on #GG against GamerGate just seems like shills to me. It's gotten to that point where I just see shills, and it's aggravating. So how did I get interested in GamerGate? I would say that the opposition of GamerGate got me interested in it.
You basically just slowly grew tired of their shit.
I just couldn't stand the I could see everyone's point at the start, and then I could see for and against, and and then they just ignored the points that GamerGate was bringing up. They continued with this onslaught of just absolute, I would call it crap, where it was just personal attacks on Gamergate and how Gamergate has become this like misogynistic cathedral which just attacks anybody. You know, it just got to me. So yeah, I got fed up of the shills and and people like different topic. You know, I'm gonna start rambling and get into a
we got a new topic. Adam,
Oh, you can't beat how we. Oh God.
We've
We
been
are-
rambling for 2 hours now or something.
More,
So go
far
ahead.
more. I think we're almost at like 3 hours now. Yeah, we're at 2:57.
It's a world record.
There's a helicopter going above my house right now, and I'm just thinking, like, oh god, I gave my postcode earlier.
I can hear it.
It's
Oh,
Raided.
rest in peace, Adam. We'll miss you.
The black helicopter is coming.
It's actually what I realize. Where the hell is it? I can hear it like thumping, and I'm just like, what? Where are you?
Oh, it's Metal Gear. It's Metal Gear.
Hey guys, we got Boris on.
No, truth be
How's it
told,
going,
I live
Boris?
right next to the forest, so it's probably an old person who got lost in the forest again.
Introduce yourself, Boris, and what brought you to Gamergate?
Yeah, well, I actually. Oh, okay. So this is different from the stream I was on yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, well, I'm into community stuff at Maxon, and I get brought to the whole through this Mighty Number 9 situation. This is what caught my attention, basically. What happened there?
Oh, with the community manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that was definitely textbook. This was showing you exactly how stuff is not to be done.
Oh, are you the like next community manager that was on King of Paul's stream yesterday?
Yeah.
This is the same guy.
Yeah, it's him. I can attest because I heard the stream yesterday.
I missed the stream, so I'm new. If you want to repeat anything you had there, like treat it like nobody's heard what you were saying.
No, I was actually coming on to talk about American Psycho because I actually like the movie.
Oh, sure.
I like
Talk
this
about
guy.
what you like, man.
I like this guy.
It was a great movie.
Hold on.
Fantastic film.
Adam,
We're never on topic anyways.
dude, stop watching porn. Jesus.
Wait, who's watching porn?
You
Adam.
watching porn?
Adam's
I'm
not
watching
watching porn.
Watching porn.
Yes, I'm watching porn.
So,
Somebody's mic is bleeding into the stream.
someone is still keeping that Fleshbot page up.
Oh, is it me or is it?
There you go, guilty.
But no, I must admit, my fiance is a massive Atlantica player, so she was aware, she was up right now, and she was aware that I was talking to a guy from Nexon. She probably shit herself in absolute excitement. So this is actually kind of cool.
Diapers solved that shit.
Okay. Okay.
Basically, I'm fanboying a little bit right now.
Okay. Just
It
go
even likes
ahead.
American Psycho. Can you imagine?
Okay, but let's focus on Boris because he doesn't have much time.
Well, actually, I'll be back in a few minutes. I still have to finish something, so I'm going to mute my microphone. But as long as it doesn't bring any bad fan fiction, you can fanboy all you want because no.
Oh, you just jinxed it. You just jinxed it. You're gonna get fanfiction now.
Oh no.
Yeah, don't say you don't want people to do something on the internet because then you're just calling for thousands of people to do it.
Isn't that kind of what happened with Gamergate, though? They said, don't look at our corruption, and what if we do?
Well, luckily there are only 27 people watching, so...
The Streisand effect.
Yeah, it is exactly Streisand. Actually, what I find more interesting, though, particularly when this was back on 4chan, when this was back on V, what I always looked at 4chan was in the past was 1,000 angry voices yelling completely different things. And once in a blue moon, these 1,000 angry voices all start yelling the same thing. And when that happens, it's time to be scared. And that's exactly what's happened with Gamergate. 1,000 angry voices, not just from 4chan, all over the place, who normally can't stand each other, got up and realized, hey, we're saying the same fucking thing here.
Yeah.
And instead of addressing 1,000 angry voices, a handful of people said, no, you're wrong, you just hate women, you just hate minorities. And then the minorities of the 1,000 angry and the women of the 1,000 angry came out and said, actually, hi, we're here. And then they got called sock puppets, to which they,
Yeah, that turned bad on them.
Yeah, you can't really
Yeah, I love how they'll tell black people, you don't know how you're oppressed.
Yeah, basically, there are like people who have no reason to like feel oppressed that uses other people to get their dose of oppression, I guess, to have something to complain about.
I think my favorite thing I've seen out of it was there was a comic. I'm trying to remember who drew it, and it was like it was like a hipster saying, "Oh, gamers are watching this, gamers are angry," and then just as a Vivian James in the cartoon version, the guy who started the Not Your Shield hashtag, just like start glaring at him menacingly, holding controllers, and he's like got his hand up, pretending not to see them. And it's kind of like, as I was saying, it's like, come on.
I was watching a stream, I think it was yesterday, where there were two black dudes who said that basically the people who are most offended by the use of the word nigger is white dudes, and that most black dudes don't really care anymore. It's just another buzzword to them.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
in America,
most minorities aren't that politically correct. As a lot of.
In America, it's actually demi okay for a white person to say nigga, N-I-G-G-A, instead of N-I-G-G-E-R. Somehow they got different. I'm not entirely sure on that one.
I think it's because nigga has become sarcastic.
Oh yeah.
Both ways.
And I'm European, so I'm kind of uncomfortable using either because we don't have that context here. And to be honest with you, I've got white guilt, so sorry.
It's also I feel kind of the same way about the word faggot. It's that's partly because of 4chan, partly because I have a friend who is bi and he literally calls me faggot all the time. He's the person I know who uses the word faggot the absolutely most.
Mm.
Yeah, I used to have a friend. He says, "Oh, I'm not gay. I'm a faggot." And I'm like, "Okay."
See, that's kind of weird. That's become more of an insult than anything else. I mean,
there's a freaking South Park episode about that.
He called me a faggot, and I told him that it's kind of weird hearing that from him, and he says that it doesn't mean anything to him anymore. It's just a generic insult.
Mm.
Yeah,
well, down here. Sorry.
Actually, the whole term faggot has lost all its meaning currently because, well, if you've been on 4chan and other chans as well, the term fag has been used on anything. You can RTS fag, RPG fag,
same with
black
multiplayer
fag,
gaming
fag.
too.
Yeah,
multiplayer gaming, it's been like that since microphones came in.
Yeah, the thing is, the whole term is practically dead. It doesn't mean anything it used to mean anymore. Same with the N-word.
I like to point out that that's basically what's happening to social justice now, because they're throwing that word around and it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Well, it's actually...
Ironically, they're the ones who are the most offended by it, too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but because one of the problems they have with us is that we talk slang freely.
Yeah.
We bitch with each other and all that stuff, but we're playing games. That's what we care.
And that's the weird thing about it. We cast insults and don't mean it, and they cast and don't mean it.
Okay.
Oh, we have another person in the stream, the philosopher. Welcome.
Yes. Well, I'm welcomed. So guys, how is it going?
Nice life itch, man.
Good.
Do you feel like telling us a bit about yourself and why you became interested in GamerGate?
Yeah, look, to be honest, I was actually, before I came in GamerGate, I was a really big fan of the Internet Aristocrats. The IA is based. Ooh. Yes. Then I actually got into when it was still Conspiracy. I was even in Conspiracy. I was really following that, and then it became GamerGate with Adam Baldwin, and it was really kind of a lot of stuff has been going, and yeah, I've always been in since the IA video. I have made my own video, but yeah, that's about it. I haven't done that much, provided of the whole GamerGate. But I've been there since Conspiracy. That's a truth.
So what you're trying to say is that you were GamerGate before it was cool.
Oh, I'm hipster GamerGate, bro.
Ah, shit, son.
Yeah, I've been following IA for a while too. That's how him and Monday Matt is what got me really into it, because I never followed really 4chan or Reddit and that stuff.
Me neither. Actually, I started going to 4chan when the whole thing, I heard like, oh shit, Reddit censor stuff, only 4chan you can talk. And now I just came in 4chan.
No facts.
That's interesting. That's like where everyone actually first came to be aware of this whole thing. I mean, for me, I was on Reddit. There's a fighting community. There's a kind of a board which is made up for basically it's a mixture of drama in the community and just good old-fashioned trolling called R Kappa. And being that we've got like a kind of a lifelong grudge with Kotaku and whatnot now, someone posted the Internet Aristocrat video there, and then also mentioned about the comments being deleted in the Total Biscuit post and all the other stuff. And that's how I first came aware of it. How about you guys?
Like like I said, I was only for the Internet Aristocrat. I saw the stuff also on 4chan when exactly Moot started censoring. That actually got me back on Gamergate. I wasn't really interested. I lost interest, and then I got back with when Moot started censoring 4chan.
Was it Moot or was it like some
no, it
mod?
actually it was mod. It was the mod, but was I don't know, probably some free to do stuff mod. But
Moot must have okayed it though.
Then Moot just said, "Yeah, we're censoring shit, and I'm allowing it." And that
They're under executive orders from Moot.
I can actually give more feedback because I was there when this whole shit went down. First of all, when the GamerGate exploded suddenly, for a long time it was kind of a grey issue, and then the mods came to the conclusion that yeah, GamerGaters are allowed to have exactly one single thread on the whole V board, and that's it. If you post second thread, it will be deleted and so on, and that was the deal, so to speak. But then, sometime after surprisingly, when Moot came back from XOXO Fest, we got an announcement that all GamerGate threads are banned. You're not allowed to talk about this shit anywhere anymore. Not on V, not on Paul, not on B, nowhere.
To be honest, I was more enraged that they deleted it from Poll. Like, I can see V. I can personally see V. And controversies on video, I can see that. But on Poll, fucking Poll, I mean,
Poll is Poll is a steaming pile of shit. That, like all the boards make fun of Poll.
Yes, I mean, at least leave Poll politically correct. If you even put us there, like,
Poll is a joke. Like,
it is
the entire
a joke.
board is the whole board is a huge inside joke. That's all it is.
I couldn't see why.
Funny thing. Someone probably is now some from Paul is calling us a shill. I know that.
I can't see why it wouldn't be fine for VG, because Video Game Generals, it was Gamergate General when it was on V. So it makes more sense to go to VG, I guess. Plus that board's mostly dead anyway, so it was like it made sense to put it there. So is that the way of the video stuff? I don't know.
Wait, VG dead?
No, VG ain't dead. There's a lot of generals going on there, even though it's about Katawa Shoujo or friggin' StarCraft 2 or
I think like the Dota 2 and like the League of Legends generals are probably some of the most active threads like of all the gaming threads on 4chan.
It's only certain threads, to my point, rather, I should say. You see a lot of generals that go there and just die.
Well, actually, the common joke is that VG is where fandoms go to die, so to speak. Once you move the thread into VG, it will slowly die, unless you have some pretty autistic people keeping it alive, like in Dota 2 and LoL Generals.
Well, they did underestimate our autism, so...
There's even Battlefield Generals, even though that V basically just shits on Battlefield left and right. Even if not for game issues, it's the fact that DICE is owned by EA, etc., etc. But anyways, it's not just VG that GamerGate threads try to pop up, and there was, I think A1's MLP, even friggin' MLP, and even S4S had GamerGate-related threads.
When you noticed that MLP had GG-related threads.
Oh, and there was that one, Samson option that tried to happen, but it didn't happen, I think.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, they posted it on GG, the whole incident.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around getting the bronies involved.
Yo, guys, how's my mic? Can you guys
What
hear me
Paul
well?
wanted to do was that they were...
We can hear you, but you are a bit... you're more quiet than everyone else.
Yeah.
Alright.
Who was it with the low mic? Who's talking?
Rebel.
I think it's Rebel.
Yeah, it's Rebel.
Yeah, we need to check our load mic privileges here.
Stop!
Yo, how's it going?
Everyone stop being ableist with your loud mics.
God.
God damn it.
Okay, try it again, Rebel.
Yo, how's it going now?
Better.
It's better. We just can't have anybody interrupt you.
Yeah, just speak up.
Give us. I can boost it a little bit more. I think it's something wrong with the fucking drivers with this computer. Like it's got a fantastic mic, but
oh boy,
oh my,
yeah,
it's
there.
majestic again.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. Now you're up there.
Awesome sauce.
You're up there with the big boys.
Am I too loud? Because I fucking
no, it's good.
It's good. We'll manage to like go over you somehow.
We'll shout louder. Don't worry.
Don't worry. I'm just gonna when I talk now, everyone has to listen, or else. Whatever.
Ooh, we got a Mini. He plays MMOs.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, you have all these options for like everyone in the conversation. You have hide from broadcast, present to everyone, profile, mute, and eject. Is eject like throw out of the conversation?
Yeah.
Not it.
Like I like how it's not kick, it's eject.
It's that red button on the stick shift.
Don't ever press the red button.
I love how they brought that in the new Bond one, in the latest Bond.
It's so enticing to want to press that red button, though. They made it red.
Yes, everybody wants to push the red button.
It's bloody itchy.
Wasn't that also in Men in Black? See the red button, kid? Don't ever press the red button.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, something's happening. BRB.
We're going fucking old school here.
Jesus, how Men in Black ain't that old school. How old are you guys?
Well, I mean,
Men in
you're
Black
like,
was
you're
out
like
there
referencing. You're
I
referencing
was around
like,
for the
what was it,
original
number
Star
one?
Trek. Come on.
Men in Black was 98, so that's...
Oh, it's funny. It's funny though. I was. I don't think my voice is up there, but I'm in the same age as Man in Black. When you notice that fact. Oh my.
Yeah, we definitely got a good roundabout age group in here.
Shut up.
Yes.
Well, Gamergate in general has a lot of age groups, racial, sexual preferences. That's how
Someone's
it.
getting yelled at.
Yeah, cough sucks. So yeah, we totally.
Someone is
So
getting...
what's going with you, Rebel? You're awful quiet over there.
Awful quiet. Not much. I'm just finding it funny. I'm just looking through all the coverage that MSNBC has given us. Those shrills, those assholes. I can't believe it. Like, fucking, they go to Zoe Quinn for their information. Ugh.
They've been doing that since the beginning, though. They've
And
been
I'm back.
taking her word on everything like it was gold.
What did I miss?
Let's pop.
Don't you know in any shitstorm they're going to ask the dumbest person on the block what happened?
I'm trying to place Rebel's accent.
I think it's Australian.
Good luck with that. I listened to way too many Americans for you guys to place my accent.
New
It
Zealand?
sounds like it's got a tinge of Australian in there. New Zealand.
A tinge of
maybe.
Australian.
Sorry?
He doesn't want to say.
Mate, what do you think you're doing?
No, he's really totally
My
pissed at
accent
these guys.
is clearly Australian. I think you must be out of your fucking mind. If you excuse me, I'm going to go out the back and wrestle a fucking kangaroo.
Oh dear.
I'm Canadian. We wrestle bears here.
I'm British. We just wrestle the
Just drink tea, come
powers
on,
that
bro.
go on about
Bro. You just drink tea. Let's get.
I am Total Biscuit, cynical Brits, and I wrestle French fries.
The British. The British wrestle with bad weather. You all know it's true. They struggle with that weather.
Now we
Wrestle with the umbrellas.
We're all about that badger. We got to find ourselves a badger and get it.
Oh boy, we're now over 30 people watching. We have 34 people watching right now. It's a new record.
You're going to try a few.
We're fucking famous now. King of Pole better be scared.
Yeah, I'm calling it right now. We're the new King of Pole.
Woo!
No, we don't have enough
Out here
commercials.
Hey, at least we're not chills. Come on.
all 34 of you, right? Have you done your emailing today? Have you emailed Fair about that bullshit MSNBC report? Have you emailed Accuracy and Media? Because believe it or not, those things do make an effect. Even if they get one email, they'll even go and have a look at it. So what happens when they get, say, I don't know, 30 at once? Get to it. Go.
You want to see hers getting a reaction from them? Let me just send an email directly to the reporter. Believe me.
Well, you could even do that.
Get a reaction at 4 o'clock.
I just want to send them all toilet paper.
Come on, man. Don't waste the toilet paper on them.
The first one toilet paper.
Who was the guy who sent fucking Milo like 400 rolls of toilet paper? See, that stuff's going up in price here.
I think sending
It
them
was
toilet paper
saving
is a
money.
good idea considering how they're all shit.
Yeah, that was the second connotation with it.
But like toilet paper's getting expensive here. All they did was save them a ton of money. There's like a non-perishable household commodity you're going to need. Here's a ton of it for free.
No, and the best part, they sent him the double layer with aloe vera.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's so cheap you can send like pallet loads of it for like $5.
The one we're talking about, dude. Only for royalty has. Okay, it's not for not for the plant.
So Milo's wiping his bum with the queen now.
No, jeez. Let's not talk heresies, or else we get the fucking helicopters flying over.
That's already happened.
Well, guys, I'm yawning. I think it's time for me to drop. I'm up way past my bedtime.
Yeah, but
alright. Good night, Mephisto.
So everybody's like from 40s to 20s.
Yeah, I'm in my 40s.
Old fart.
Wait, is that
You
gonna make me the old
Americans.
person in here?
Grandpa.
I'm a Canadian.
Absolutely.
I'm around that age, don't worry.
A 40-year-old Canadian is like a 20-year-old American.
Oh, here we go. Slap. Oh, God. Yeah, man, but go have some rest. Already late there.
And make sure you plug our group when we're done, and let people know that I'm still looking for other managers too, eh? If anybody wants to host a stream, just join up the group, let me know. Make you a moderator and a manager. And great chat, guys. It's been awesome. And I'll talk to you all later. Oh, make sure you message me or Shorono with your Twitter names and stuff, and I'll get them in the video description.
Right, I can probably do that.
Anybody that wants to put that stuff in, or like their info out there, I'll
putting
put it
some
in.
shameless plugs in the YouTube comment box. Oh, the comment box, I mean info box. What's it called? Description?
Should have all my stuff already.
Huh?
Yeah.
I said Shorono should have all my stuff already.
I probably, yeah.
I got beep no line. I'll put that one in right now before I go.
Or else all the girls will start sending me notes. I wish.
We are an old group though. We've got a Canadian, a bunch of Brits, a few guys from the continent.
And a fucking Australian.
And a fucking Australian, mate. Now, yeah.
Goddamn Australians. Fucking Aussies.
Damn Australians.
Oh, no way, man. Socks is based.
Oh,
Well,
indeed.
yeah, it's socks, but there's that Aussie guy from the Poles. From the King of Poles stream. Remember that troll? It was fucking hilarious.
What? Who? That Andrew Troll?
Yeah, it was just. I remember at least he was an Aussie. He just came in, just basically shit posted, I would say, and just left.
Truly a gentleman and a scholar.
Well, we know our stream is popular when we get one.
He showed those GG bastards, though.
No, I still think we shouldn't have given him a moment to talk.
Okay, guys, have a good day.
You too, man.
Okay,
You too,
let's
too.
watch this stream like fall apart under my jurisdiction. Oh boy.
Okay, so who's gonna wants to start the talk about sex?
We've already had that discussion.
We already have
can't
the
do
website
that.
open,
We
right?
can't do that.
Clearly, we haven't delved into the deepest recesses of like human imagination yet. So let's talk about Gamergate, since that's the fucking worst. That's worse than ISIS. That is. Fuck Gamergate.
Actually, have you seen what
Worse
they're
than
calling
ISIS, worse than 2 Hitlers.
Have you seen what the other side is calling it now? They're calling it Gamergazi. There is a
Yeah, that's a
legitimate
subreddit.
Yeah,
What
called
is
Game-
I mentioned the other day
Guys,
that
have
it
you
was a
seen- guys.
subreddit made by the goons, of all people.
Oh,
Actually, not of all people. That was something I even expected.
I know it. I
$10,
know what
man.
we are,
$10.
guys. I know what we are. Okay, we are
$10.
ISIS.
Guys,
led
have
by
you searched Gamergate on Google?
I am afraid to do so.
No, it's pretty good.
I did. Firstly, they have
Google
it
is
as
probably way
Gamers
too
Gate.
big to even care about Gamergate, or at the very least
Yes,
care about
yes,
it, but
true, but I
not be
don't.
on SHW.
A lot of shit from really biased searches from what I've seen at least, and they call it Gamersgate. If you write Gamergate, it's supposedly wrong.
Eh.
I don't know. It's not as much of a big thing, but just a small observation.
So we're now Gamersgate. We're Gamergate.
There's people going around, spelling words, even though spelling words of apostrophes, even though they're plural words, rather than words of ownership like.
Goddamn
Ross
anti-teachers
or
and their stupid grammar.
whatever.
Oh wait, they had Andrew Dobson, so yeah.
And Gamasutra lost another advertiser.
Ooh, who?
UBM. No, hold on. Michigan Economic Development Corporation.
Ah, dang it. Ah,
Bing,
sorry.
bye-bye.
I was playing a game and it crashed while I was here.
Rep.
Right.
The one bad thing about the Devil May Cry 4 port is that it kind of crashes when you play on Windows and Golden Gate and some other program at once.
One good thing about the PC version of that game is you can run it at like 500 frames per second on an i5.
Hell, this game is using less memory than Firefox right now.
Jeez, that's impressive.
Not that impressive.
Speaking of games, has anyone here actually played Smash 4?
I do. I have been playing a lot of it.
I'm actually right now playing it. I fucking can't stop it. It's the only thing I've been doing other than making videos about Gamergate or go checking Twitter for Gamergate.
So apparently, GamersGate is a game sales company.
Oh yeah, I've
For what
heard.
it's worth, guys. I do make videos
From my-
about Gamergate.
That's some pretty crazy coincidence going on right there. You got Gamergate being the finest thing about ants. Gamersgate.
Yeah, who's everyone playing in Smash?
Wait a second. Do you have a Skype so I can give you some codes and shit like this?
Oh, I love how there's more shit posting in the close group chat that there is on the YouTube chat.
Oh my.
We're shit posters, man. Sorry.
That's wow. That's a great achievement.
Yeah, we can't really escape
Oh my.
our nature.
We are the best shit place in the world, clearly.
We're Gamergate shit posting is best shit posting.
I said that there ain't no shit posting like us.
All hell the shit posting.
I've been playing the Wii Fit Trainer in around Smash, and I'm kind of.
Bro, I don't main fucking I don't know if I main Ganondorf or what's his name fuck.
Wait, what about Ganondorf?
Ganondorf's main material. Come on, let's get real. Or Charizard, fucking Charizard's main material.
I was going to. I wonder what Auntie Saki thinks of the blatant sexualization of a woman in her exercise uniform. Can we talk about
When was it that the men's sexuality was like something more evil than anything else?
Male sexuality is our fantasy.
Is it?
Oh my. I still don't get why Polygon.
Well, I don't know. Name me a man who has.
Guys, has anyone actually read the Kotaku review for Bayonetta 2?
I haven't. I haven't. No.
Because I don't know what to expect. I mean, it's Kotaku. They're especially if you get into Patricia Hernandez, she's gonna fucking.
I mean, I make a point out of not visiting Kotaku.
Yeah.
I think
I
we're
don't
all
touch Kotaku man, for ages now.
I haven't even looked at Kotaku. I just know that Bayonetta 2 got like 10 out of 10s on several sites and reviews. Even Metacritic is pretty perfect as far as.
Everyone except Polygon.
And Polygon even a 7.5.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty high score, or should be a pretty high score.
Yeah,
and
and
why
then you
they're
see
doing that is
Macintosh,
because
and then you see Macintosh and Sarkeesian. Why did they give them so hard, so good scores? They're misogynistic.
Did they actually do that?
Yes, they
Yeah, they
actually
did.
fucking see that.
Get me the fucking
and there
link
was
for that
that
right
one
now.
guy going by Radical Bites on Twitter, who I think is Benita's.
That's Macintosh. That's Macintosh.
That's John McIntosh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy who writes all the stuff Anita says.
He made a tweet about 1 or 2 days ago claiming that there's going to be a lot of reviews talking about.
Yeah.
No, not that. He was talking about how it'd be easy to tell the good journalists from the bad ones, depending on how much they talk about Bayonetta 2 and misogyny. Well,
Oh boy.
he was right. He was right. Good
Please,
reviewers out there.
can you please get me the link for please? Just get me the fucking link for that. I would love to shitpost this all over Twitter and Gamergate. That would be fantastic.
Guys, and there was this guy. I don't remember his name, but he outright said Jack Thompson was right.
That was Macintosh, yeah. Or Macintosh.
That wasn't Macintosh implied it. This guy I thought I was a fan of Macintosh, but he outright said Jack Thompson was right. I have it on my fucking Twitter feed.
I think I misquoted him. Yeah, I misquoted him. It wasn't that whether or not journalists were good or not for caring about stuff, but he did mention them caring about sexual objectification.
Yeah. Actually, guys, think about, let's say, fucking Jack Thompson coming back to support fucking Nita Sarkeesian.
That would be the perfect storm.
Yes, that would be. Then you'd see people like, what would be the response from people like Bob Chipman who hate Jack Thompson?
I kind of want that to happen. I really want that to happen. I want to see that.
Imagine Jack Thompson and Anita arguing about what's more important in gaming: that games are violent or that games are sexist.
This will be the ultimate shitstorm of shitstorms.
She would never accept his help because she would just see him as some right-wing fascist. And granted, yeah, he is. I believe he's a registered Republican. But that shouldn't really have to matter when it comes to sensibility.
Not to mention he was disbarred, and even if he was a leftist, she wouldn't take him because he was discredited by the court. And to people like Anita and other SGWs, character and credit is all that really matters to them.
But Anita doesn't know anything.
One good picture about the Bayonetta review.
Like they're the kind of people who look at the Schrodinger's cat theory and then ask if Schrodinger was a woman.
Who's this Ricky Cam guy?
Ricky Cam?
Yeah. Does anyone know?
You?
Nope.
He apparently said something about something to Soul Queen about them never going to put her on the Gamergate panel. So I assume he's like a journalist for some webpage. Come on, chap, help out.
Have you guys? Did you hear about the fucking Hot Wheels just owning in the Huffington Post? If I remember right, at least something happened with the Huffington Post. Zoe Quinn.
Yeah, hold on. It was Zoe tweeting about how she screen capped an image of Hot Wheels tweet on Huffington Post.
Yeah.
Wait, what was this? Please link me. Just get me all the links. I've been away for a while.
Why don't you Twitter that much, bro?
You know what? How about you learn? Come on, that's a unfortunate thing.
Mate, I am all the fucking Twitter. Like, I am on Twitter so much, it detracts from my sleep, okay? I miss 5 hours of Twitter, and all the shit goes down, okay?
True. Look, I know the feels.
Actually, here you go for a seat.
Oh, the chat is seriously delayed now. That's right. The YouTube chat becomes more delayed the longer the stream goes.
Whoa. There's a... I don't know if it's real or not. Can't confirm, but something that one guy posted on the stream chat. Apparently it's a tweet to Genius Potato Bluehead. I'm the host of Gamergate segments, and we're never gonna have you blah blah blah. You weird, can't read this shit, man.
Hold.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go now. I have to fucking study. So, see ya, guys. Probably we're all on the Steam forum thingy. So yeah. Okay.
Most people should be at least.
Yeah, so I'm not on the chat as well. Sometimes.
Philosopher, add me as a friend.
Okay, I will when I come back. Okay, dude. Okay, guys. See ya.
All right. Do it.
See ya.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Later.
That Twitter post by Hot Wheels, man, I swear he's glorious. He should be like, he should have been born with the body of Vladimir Putin. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Like when I didn't like really have any impression of Hot Wheels at all early on. For me, it seemed like just some dude that wanted like to get his website famous because of like the whole drama. But actually, now I'm getting like I really like some of the stuff he's doing. He's a pretty cool guy.
Still that. I think he's that. And
Yeah,
still
yeah,
that.
he definitely is that.
It's just that it resonates with the.
Yeah, but you would like he has the perfect opportunity to kickstart his website. He would be stupid not to do it.
What was it they said it was like 4chan on steroids or something stupid like that?
No, what was it?
Too radical for 4chan. Also,
What's
here's the
the,
link
like-
of stuff he posted.
Wasn't it stuff like it's too stuff that is too radical for 4chan or something? An extremist internet group or what was it they said? It was something along those lines.
These people don't know how image boards work, do they? I'll be back in a minute.
I don't even. I'm still marveling at fucking Hot Wheels. That guy's a fucking legend. Holy shit.
Erect, really. I read these two tweets straight in a row, man. Ooh, it burns.
Is this thing still going ahead with Hot Wheels? Do we know this?
That's why I'm asking one guy in this on the stream chat if he could send me a high resolution picture.
Oh, these are amazing. Okay, yeah. Hot Wheels is resonating with me. I like this guy's humor.
Man, if it was medically possible, I'd donate my bones to that guy. Seriously.
I saw this. It's fucking fantastic. Too fucking extreme. Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, you can't get a better slogan than that. Shit.
What's that? What's the slogan here?
I'm not kidding.
Wait, are you guys talking about that YouTube chat or the Google chat? Or...
What? If there are links posted, it's usually the Hangouts chat, because you can't post links in the YouTube chat. If you have to, if you're posting,
let's see here.
If you're posting links in the YouTube chat, they are like mutilated with like. You can't post complete links, only mutilated links.
Yeah, who's that chick in the second image? She's horrible. Like, look, she's got a chin butt there and a 5-head. And her hair looks like it was just photoshopped on. It's me.
Fuck, what the fuck am I looking at? Yeah.
Oh.
You guys are terrible.
Yeah. Terrible. That's what makes it so great.
Bad people.
I thought my fists were going to sleep. He's still derping around in the GamerGate Steam chat.
Let's see. These Thran.
I think, well, it's almost time to tone down the stream anyways. We are heading to, we're nearing us 3 hours and 40 minutes.
3 hours of streaming?
Yup.
Holy
How long
shit.
have I been here?
We're hardcore.
So,
It's not even like 11 o'clock yet. The fuck?
9:38 here.
Not in America land.
America!
Motorco.
Fuck yeah.
Coming again to say the motherfucking day, yeah!
Yeah, but since the plan is to like quit the stream before the 4-hour mark, I think we can like start to tone it down. Does anyone have any stuff they want to plug or want me to put in the description on YouTube?
Well, if
My
the rest
Twitter,
of you want
please.
to add me on Twitter, that's fine.
Everyone can like just plug your Twitter on the Hangouts chat, and I'll add it.
Fantastic. What did I want to...
Okay, let me see if... You want my Twitter there?
Yup.
Okay, give me a second. Stupid name, that it's too long.
Actually, I'd like to mention here, has everyone here seen the Al Jazeera coverage of Hot Wheels?
Say what, sorry?
Frederick Brennan, Hot Wheels. Has everyone here seen the Al Jazeera America cover? Because they did a video, 9-minute video of him. I can link it here so you actually know what kind of guy Hot Wheels actually is. What he actually is, or who.
Well, he's not a virgin for one thing, unlike Moot.
Well, yeah, let's just say he's one of the most awesome guys alive.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you
I
can
don't
only
believe
understand
in
how
him or
awesome he
anyone
is.
else on pedestal. He's pretty cool.
Oh, can you just link your shit again? Google Hangouts literally just crashed for me, so everything that was posted before right now,
That should be
I
the
lost
link
it.
of the Al Jazeera. There's Frederick Brennan, Hot Wheels.
Followed you right back, Dark Star. Good stuff.
Okay, guys. It's my time to leave. Gotta go to work soon.
Great. See ya.
Gotta go
Later.
to work for the patriarchy.
Oh. So have everyone put their plug in the group chat, because I think I'm about to just shut the stream down now.
Okay, I just about to probably come back, and I've got to walk some dogs. That actually works out really quite well. I've got 3 Labradors that are begging to be let out.
Okay. Okay, it was nice talking to you guys. See you around.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, nice talking to you too.
Remember to advertise the stream to the stream advertiser in GamerGate.
Yeah, I saw it, but we don't really have a time schedule yet, so I guess we'll figure out that first.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it was nice talking to you guys. I assume I could probably catch you in the GamerGates chat on Steam, at least most of you. And see you guys later.
Yeah, man.
Bye.
See you later.
It's
Bye
been a
bye.
pleasure.
Hey, same here.